everybody, what's going on? It's Nina Infinity, and it's Wednesday night, my favorite night of the week. It's time for Infinite Talk with Mr. John Talks. How are you, John?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yay!
Pretty good. Yeah.
Yay!
How are you?
I'm good. I got my coffee. Cheers.
Cheers. Here. No,
There.
that way. Here we go.
There you go. There you go. We're doing that.
Here. Cheers.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah,
Are we
there
going?
we go.
Okay. There we
Cheers.
go. All right. There you go.
Ting. Okay, there we go. Cheers.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Excellent stuff.
Good stuff.
So there's a bunch of people in the chat already. Let's say hello to everyone. Hi, Zero Rewind. Christy's here, and I think she sent me a couple of super stickers. She sent me a pooper sticker. Of course, it's gotta be a pooper sticker. And I think she sent me a pair too. She sent me a little blushy pair, blushing because she's here. She loves me, and I love you too, Christy. And Stony One Kenobi sent me a super sticker with a little one up. Thank you so much, Stony One. And Culture Casino with a $5 super chat says, so hi Nina and John. Good to see you both again. Let's hear you talk about some stuff. Oh my God, we got stuff to talk about, man. We got stuff to talk about. I'm going to say hi to some other people though first. Michael Jolin's here. Hello. Kayaru's here. Hi. Who else? I can never say your name right. Akansha. Thank you so much for being here. Hello to you. Yes, this goes without saying. Everybody behave yourselves. Check yourselves. Hi, Curtis. How are you? Good to see you. Let's have a fun time tonight. Zero to hero. We got a Zero Rewind and a Zero to hero. Thank you for being here. Snortopus, Huber. Thank you for being here. Hello, Darius sending a $1.49 super sticker. What's it? It's a popcorn. Yeah, get your popcorns ready. We're here for a while because it's Infinite Talk. Theme Park Casuals here, Bones here. 19K Fox, what's up?
Hey, what's up, 19K?
There they are, two of my favorite people. Well, we love you too, 19K.
Oh, thank you. We won't hold you to that. I'm sure you have somebody else that's more favored, but that's okay. We'll
I don't
take it as a
know.
compliment.
We're pretty great. I don't know. Humor and Waffles. What a cool name. Hello. Jesse Monkman's here. I just saw Jesse, but then there you go. DJ Scandalous. Yes. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. You know what I'm talking about. There we go. Yeah. So here we go. This is the show. 19K Fox saying, Christy, I'll be on my best behavior. You best be, because Christy doesn't take no shit from nobody. And that's why she's here tonight. So
Yeah, my internet is sucking.
Is it?
All digital.
I feel like it's me. I don't know.
No, I'm looking at the live feed and it's me.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
According to Christy, says Nina, never say that again. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Did it sound really that bad? My God. Okay. So John, this week has been kind of crazy. Zero Rewind says John is pixelated like adult Japanese cartoons. Oh my. John freezes again. Yay! It's like
what you've all asked for, what you've all wanted.
It totally is. Hey, pixelated John. See, everyone knows you like this. It's like a hallmark. It's like John freezes is, everyone. It's like a safe place.
FML. Yeah, it just makes everybody feel better about their internet.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what?
I feel better about my Mexican internet every time you freeze like that, so that's fine.
That's fine. If I'm bringing joy, making people feel better about their internet, then so be it. That's a sacrifice that I'll gladly make.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said I look good. Zero to Hero says looking good, Nina. Well, thank you.
Is that like Mike Zero? He spelled it like Mike Zero.
I don't know. Is it?
I think so. Yeah. I wonder if that's like Mike Zero's alternate account.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
We would never know. We would never suspect it.
We wouldn't know. Thank God ETEP is not here. Let's see.
Well, thank you, Zero Rewind. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Wait, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do what I can.
I told him that earlier. I was like, this whole thing is working for me, John. I can see you're working out. I can see your Superman shirt. Everything's just working right now.
You know, little superficial symbol, and all of a sudden, you know, it's got power. What can I say? You know, take note, guys. Just put a big S across your chest, and bam, there you go. You've added you became 15-20% more attractive, just like that.
See, Humor and Waffle says, not all heroes wear capes.
Not all heroes have hair.
Oh my God. Wait, isn't Superman's like arch nemesis bald? Just saying.
He is. Yeah. Well, maybe a little mix of the both.
I feel like you should have like a slash across that ass, like, you know, no Superman.
I'm just one step away from becoming Lex Luthor or Jeff Bezos. Take your pick. You know, they're both bad.
Well, they're both rich, so
it's true. It's true.
I'm good with that. I'm good with both of those people. Just because of the money. Okay, I'm gonna start.
Did you hear Nina? She's like, just because of the money. It's just like it's so funny. You'll never ever hear a guy say something like that about a woman. It's just like it'll never happen. Never. You don't think like Harry said that about Meghan? Like, she's all right. She's got money. No, you said just because of the money. That's a huge. That's true. I did say that. So, hey, XCOM, what's going on? Lex Kent. Yeah, there you go. Best of both worlds. Totally. Rich and no superpowers. But that is the superpower. Oh my God. If you're Jeff Bezos. His superpower is totally money. I mean, he could become Batman because he has so much money. He could just build a Batcave and then. He'd be more like Iron Man, probably, right? Well, that would be like Elon Musk. Elon Musk is certainly. No, Elon Musk is Reverse Flash. 100%. Because he'll do some weird shit with the, with the CERN or something. He'll tap into the Speed Force and then he'll become Reverse Flash. He'll become evil. 100%. Okay. Flash. He looks like Reverse Flash. Every time I see him, I'm like, that's Reverse Flash. It's just waiting to happen one of these days. Elon Musk is a superhero waiting to happen. Or a super villain. Super villain. Wow. Oh, yeah, for sure. Elon Musk is Hugo Drax from Moonraker. I don't know what that is. James Bond. Oh. You ever seen Moonraker? Yes, when they go to the moon. Hugo Drax, though. Hugo Drax. I can't place him right now. I'm thinking of oh shit, what the hell is that guy's name? Shame on me. Billionaires equals big villain. Dude. Okay, Hugo Drax. Yeah, can you share your screen? Like an older version. Yeah, I think I can do this. I've only done it 1,000 times. And there we go. This dude. Oh, this guy. Yeah. I totally couldn't place him for a second. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I still get like Reverse Flash vibes from Elon. Somebody said I think because he deals with, like it has to do with like space themes. Yeah, that's true. It's so freaking corny, but I love it. I love it too. I adore it. I can't figure out Elon, says Loopy Locust. Well, you know what?
He just keeps you guessing. I can't figure him out either. He's weird. One day I'm like, yes, Elon. And then the next day he says some shit and I'm like, dear God, he's going to just unleash.
He's going to destroy the universe.
Yeah, he's going to just unleash like fucking Skynet and he's going to fucking put like us all in the Matrix with his neural link. And then we're all fucked. Like,
he's going to create Age of Ultron.
Yeah, totally.
Except it will last longer than a day. And be better than a shitty Marvel movie.
Yes, Elon is like a machine himself. Like, have you seen him in like Joe Rogan interviews when he's like trying to like talk and he's like formulating words?
He is awkward.
He talks like a machine, and I feel like he is a machine. Like, it's like, dude, are you a robot? Like, are you AI? Like, are you here to bring your, AI from the future?
No, Elon is typing in. That's just like his droid or whatever. That's just like his robot. And he's like controlling him from somewhere else. You know?
Oh my God, he totally is.
He's like, you know what? My robot can smoke pot and not get high. Sure.
100% is, oh my God. He's so funny. Mind you, if he gets Dogecoin to $1 or more, I'll be a huge fan. I'll be a huge fan of Elon Musk for the rest of my life. I'll be like, yes, I'm there. Elon man, rock on. And I'll get one of those Doge puppies. I will. One of those. Weirdo dogs.
Thomas says Zuckerberg is scary as fuck. Yeah, Zuckerberg, he would be a villain for sure.
100%. What kind of villain do you think Zuckerberg is? He's like lore. Because you know how everyone is like, he looks like Data. And I'm like, he's lore. He's the evil brother. That's who he is.
Now that I finally started watching Star Trek The Next Generation, the Data thing actually makes kind of
it makes sense. Have you caught up to lore yet? Like,
lore? Where are you? I don't think so. No, I'm only at the probably the third episode, so I'm not.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got.
Well, I have seen a couple Star Trek movies though, featuring The Next Generation.
Yeah, but you got a while to go. Like when you'll see when you meet Lore, you'll know because it's like his evil brother. So you'll know. I mean, I already spoiled it for you, but it's not that spoily. It's like it is who he is. It's just Data, but evil.
Sorry.
I won't tell you what happens.
Well, I'm assuming. Anyways.
Yes, Lore is evil. He is.
No, they reconcile. And
no, they don't.
Spoilers, man. No, I mean it's pretty obvious, right? That they're probably not gonna, get along. But
let's see. Dude, he's Lex Luthor from Batman versus Superman. He even sounds the same. Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, Mar Zuckerberg. That's like Mar. Oh my God, that's funny. I never put two and two together. It is. TNG is predictable but wholesome. I agree. Yes, everybody, please smash the like button, share the stream,
what's up,
all
Curtis?
that good stuff. Yeah, what's up? And all the good stuff. Get people to come here and check us out because we're like the best. Okay, so here we go. We're going to talk about some bullshit that happened this week. And this is not This Week in BS. Sorry, Justin. I didn't mean to like steal your name. This is Infinite Talk. We're going to talk about infinite stuff, including that weird interview with Oprah and Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Did you watch it?
I didn't watch the whole thing. No, I just saw clips.
I just saw clips too. I'm kind of sad that I didn't watch it now though, because I remember at the time when it was happening, I was like, should I watch it? Nah. Like, what can they really say? It's not that great. And then it was an instant regret. I was like, oh, I should have watched this. There's so much gold in this situation.
We'll watch the whole thing right now.
We can't. I wish we could. We can't.
It's got to be out. It's the internet. It's got to be out.
I couldn't even find. I could barely find clips. I know, right? Harry and Yoko Ono. No shit. Thank you. 19K Fox.
She broke up the band, bitch.
She did. Anyways. But yeah. So me, like, do you even care about the royals? Because I know like some Americans are very obsessed, and some Americans are like, I really don't give a shit about the royals.
I just thought of the Lord song when you said that.
Oh,
they will never be wrong. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. You can call Queen Bee.
Yeah, now it's gonna be in everybody's head. But no, I'm not real. I don't care. It's all formality. It doesn't mean much. I mean, but does it have a place in society? I don't care. I just don't.
Oh man, I wish I had that. I wish I had that thing. I don't care.
I don't care. Yeah, I mean, would people be any better off or worse off without the queen and the king and the prince and the I mean, is it kind of dated, folks? Let me know. I don't know. I do think women kind of like the fairy tale-ness of it.
Exactly.
And am I being sexist by saying that? I don't give a shit. It's just true.
No, you know what? You're 100% right. And that's why, like, because when I was younger, like, as most girls, I feel are like this because, girls like princesses and we like royalty. And like, I mean, look at Disney princesses. Like, everyone's like, oh my God, Cinderella and like Disney princesses. And so when you find out when you're growing up as a little girl, you're like, oh, there's actual royalty in this world and they live in Britain. You get kind of obsessed. You're like, okay, like who are these people? I want to be a princess. Let me figure it out. And you kind of go in this like, rabbit hole and you like I did. And I figured out the royal family and all this stuff. I still remember the night that Princess died. And
it was sad.
It was sad. And I remember because my mom really liked Princess Diana. And I remember like we would always watch stuff that she was in and everything. And I remember that night that she died, like I was watching something, my mom was in the shower. And I like all of a sudden the news like just, came on to like whatever it was I was watching. I don't remember what I was watching. It was like something like The Simpsons or something. And all of a sudden it was like breaking news, Princess Diana has passed away. And I was like, Princess Diana, like, what the hell? Like, and I was like, must have been like 12, maybe 11, 12 years old. And I ran into the shower and I was like, Mom, Princess Diana died. And she was like,
oh my gosh.
And she like ran out of the shower, like didn't even grab a towel or anything. She was like, what are you talking about? This can't be. And I was like, she died. And my mom was like, just like couldn't believe it. Like it was like it was a thing. And
she was only 36 too when she died.
She was super young. I mean, it was crazy. And so like I remember like growing up and knowing about Princess Diana and like everything like that. Like I even became more obsessed with the royals after Princess Diana died because I wanted to find out why she was so anti-royal, like especially after her whole breakup with Prince Charles. Like, why would you want to get out of the royal family? Like, you're a princess, like that's so crazy. So, I got into it and I started reading about her and understanding like, her life. And I found out that, being a royal is not all it is cracked up to be. Like, it kind of sucks. They tell you what to do. They tell you where to sit, who to bow to, who to, all this fucking shit. Like it all comes.
You're just a figurehead. Yeah,
you're just a figurehead.
And
if you,
I think
try
Diana
to make a
wanted
difference,
to be more than that. Mm-hmm. She didn't want to just be, some plastic figure.
Yeah, and if you try and make a difference, they kind of put you in your place. They're like, no, you have a place and it's here and you need to shut the fuck up. And that's basically, what happened to her. And she didn't want to be that person. And so, here comes Meghan Markle, okay? Comes from a very rich family. She's well off. She's a well-off, American girl, who basically... like I've read a whole bunch of stuff about her and like I know that she was like obsessed with the royal family. She went to like the palace when she was like 14 years old. There's pictures of her in front of the palace and like all this stuff. Like she really liked the royal family, just like every girl. Like we were all into that kind of situation. And then she marries Harry.
Damn Disney movies. I'm telling you, those damn Disney movies have fucked up so many girls.
That's true.
I mean, can we just call it like it is? Like, how many girls have just been, you know, they're just not ready for the real world. They're not, you know, it's, I could go on. But
I mean, there's so many things to blame Disney about, and we're going to get into more of that tonight.
I mean, do you think there is some truth to that, though?
Yes.
That Disney has romanticized things to such an extent for a lot of young girls that...
Yeah, I absolutely think that, because I was one of them. I was obsessed with the royal family because of Disney movies, because I was like, princess, I want to be a princess, 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 princess. That was me. So I was that girl. I wanted to be a mermaid for the longest time. And that couldn't happen for reasons. So then I was like, okay, I'll just settle with human princess. But I'm going to have to bag myself a prince. I was kind of like Meghan Markle. I was like, But being a Persian girl, though, like growing up in Iran. Oh, that was the other thing, too. Because I found out, like, because I was born after the revolution. And then my mom and them were like, yeah, like we used to have a king and a monarchy. And I was like, wait a minute. Like, hold the fucking phone here. We used to have a monarchy. We had a king and a giant palace and all this shit. And it was like the West. And we could like dress in mini skirts and we could be like princesses and like blah, blah, blah. And y'all give that shit up for Islam. Like you just let them come take that shit and be like, we don't want a king anymore. We're just going to have a freaking religious figurehead run everything. What the hell? I was pretty pissed. Especially like when I found out, like, you know, because they closed like all the historical sites for like the palaces and everything. They opened them up later, but you know, you couldn't really go to like much stuff to do with the monarchy. But yeah, it was weird because I was like, I can't believe we kind of gave that up for whatever the hell we have now. I was like, just no. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, because you're kind of frozen, so I was like,
"Oh my gosh!" I'm playing the like 8-bit John here.
I keep thinking it's my internet. Yes, Iran was pretty progressive before 1979. It absolutely was. There was even like nightclubs and stuff like that. You could go anywhere. Like it was just like the West. It was very progressive. We had amazing fashion. We had a lot of stuff going on in Iran, and then, well, yeah. But then back to Meghan and Harry. So then Meghan comes in with her, oh my God, I'm going to bag myself a prince and like go and bury him and then be part of like the royal family and then not listen to anything they say. And that was her whole shindig. So she's just, yeah, I try, Darius. Try keeping it real. Wait, what happened to you? Are you really frozen now? Because I can't even see her anymore. Feel like it's me. No, it's not me. Yes, you can. If you guys check out like 1979 or like before, there you are. You're back and you're not pixelated.
All right, am I back?
Yes, and you look great again.
I'm going off the hotspot on my phone.
Oh, okay.
But whatever works.
Yeah, if you guys like Google pics from before 1979 in Iran, you'll be like, what the hell? I can't believe this country was so amazing. And now it looks like shit. Yeah, no, I'm Persian. My nationality is Persian, but I lived in Canada. I moved to Canada, so I'm Persian Canadian. And yeah, that's who I am. That's a great family you got there, Harry. Be a shame if something happened to it. Well, that's okay. So this is the interesting part. Because like, I mean, I was going to go into, well, he left, but I was going to go into this whole thing with Meghan, because Meghan, she's an interesting girl. And I think that what's going on with her is really telling, especially like how she treats her own family and like, you know, how she's like basically estranged from her own family, like her own dad and her own sister, like stepsister and everything like that. She just seems like a really weird person. And specifically, she seems like a very narcissistic person. And so this is one of the things that came out the other day. It says Meghan Markle's father and half-sister take the side of the royals in this whole situation. After the tell-all interview about the royal family with Oprah, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry had a few critics, and two of them are pretty close to home, Meghan's father and half-sister. Meghan's estranged father, Thomas Markle, said he doesn't believe the royal family is racist. I have great respect for the royals, and I don't think the British royal family are racist at all. I don't think the British are racist. I think Los Angeles is racist. California is racist, but I don't think the Brits are. Her 76-year-old father said this morning on ITV's Good Morning Britain.
It's kind of weird to say Los Angeles is racist.
Wow. That is a weird statement. Very bold.
Yeah.
In regards to the alleged comment about how dark Meghan and Harry's unborn child was going to be, Thomas Markle said, the thing about what color will be the baby or how dark will the baby be, I'm guessing and hoping it's just a dumb question from somebody. It could be somebody asked a stupid question rather than being a total racist. And now, this I kind of totally agree with in regards to like what was said exactly, because there's no context given. And that's one of the things that Piers Morgan kind of went off about, because there was really no context given about what the conversation was.
It's a dumb fucking question. I mean, I don't know if it's racist, maybe it's, but it's a dumb, like, that's just a dumb question.
It's just a dumb question.
Who's even thinking about that?
People do ask that kind of stuff though. Like, they're like, do you think it's going to, for example, like if I know someone who very close to me who got pregnant with and the father was Mexican and she was white, and and she was asked periodically, do you think the baby's going to look like you, or do you think your baby's going to look Mexican, like by a lot of people, like, and it's just the way, like sometimes some things come out, it doesn't, feel right or whatever. But
I know people just don't know what to say or talk about. It's just like,
it's just weird.
But it's like, it sounds, I don't know. It's just like, odds are the baby's probably going to be a little bit of both. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, it might favor one person or the other. We don't know, because the freaking baby ain't out of the womb yet. All right.
Exactly. I mean, it's kind of like a mix of both when there's two people involved. But yeah, so like, it's just, I feel
the
like
baby's going to be green, fucking blue. Like, what the
I feel like it's a normal question too. I do, because especially if you're like, listen, I
wouldn't feel comfortable asking somebody that.
You wouldn't, because you're white, but I'm telling you, in different cultures, you're white. If you ask somebody, do you think your baby's going to be brown? It's going to come off really bad.
Yeah, I feel like I probably would. I don't know if I'd come off like, I don't know if it's a racist question, but it just seems like a pointless question to ask.
It's inappropriate.
Because again, we don't know. The baby's inside, all right? Who the fuck can guess? One thing we do know is probably going to be a little bit of mom and a little bit of dad.
Yeah.
All right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think most people understand that. I mean, it could favor one person or the other, but I just feel I think culturally a really awkward question.
It is an awkward question. And I think culturally speaking, though, some people do ask those kind of questions. I it's just one of those things, and it's not necessarily correct. It's not politically, or like, it's not something you should be asking. It's just that, some people do. And
what's funny? I should ask that to just like a white couple, like two white people.
Do you think your baby's going to be brown?
So what do you,
Dude,
how white do you think your baby's going to be?
Oh, how white. That's
or what color do you think it's going to come out?
Dude, that would be implying that the girl's cheating.
That true.
That is not a good question to ask at all. Because your friend would be like, the fuck are you trying to say?
So something going on with the mailman, honey?
Oh my God. Oh no. Oh my God. Okay. So my theory, by the way, with regards to who it was that asked this question is I think it's Prince Charles. And I think that's one of the reasons they're not talking anymore, because Harry was saying that he's not talking to his father right now. And, it's very awkward over there. So Thomas
does seem like a pretty stuck-up guy, though. Like he doesn't seem like a really easy to talk to kind of guy.
Yeah,
not that I would.
Definitely. Yeah, but I mean, he's been like, but that's the thing, though. You would think that he would be way more understanding, considering what happened with him and Camilla, and like,
sure.
And Princess Di and everything. So you would think that he would be a little bit more understanding with regards to his son marrying kind of like outside the family, because he was given so much shit about wanting to marry Camilla at the beginning. But then again, people don't necessarily learn from their experiences. And I guess that he's one of those people. So Thomas added this whole thing about color and how dark the baby is bull. He also believes the comments should be investigated. However, Thomas was upset that his daughter had suicidal thoughts after joining the royal family in 2018. Had I known she had psychological problems, I would have been there for her, but claimed that Meghan had pretty much ghosted her family in the U.S. and had no one to reach out to. Now, the reason
it had no one to reach out to. Well, she had her family in the U.S.
Well, she's in contact with her mom, and she's like, she talks to her mom all the time. She doesn't talk to her dad, because there's this whole thing about her dad and when she was getting married and how her dad went to the outlets, like they went and found him, and then he went to the tabloids and he talked about her and like all this stuff. So she cut him out of her life. So there's all this drama with her and her dad, and her stepsister, Q, the half sister. Samantha Markle, who conveniently changed her name to Markle when she married into the royal family, who has never really been Meghan's biggest fan from the start of her relationship with Prince Harry. She said that her estranged sibling suffers from narcissistic personality disorder, while Prince Harry is a victim of Stockholm syndrome. Elaborating on that, Samantha goes on to say, I feel sorry for Harry. She pulled him away from his family, all of his friends.
Yeah, her own sister said that.
Yeah, her own sister, her own stepsister. He reminds me of one of those kinds of victim, those kidnapped victims who eventually start to believe that their life was so horrible and they're in love with their captor. 56-year-old Samantha's reaction to Meghan's suicidal confession during her time as a senior royal was not the same as her father's. Depression is not an excuse for treating people like dish rags and disposing of them, Samantha said. So clearly there's a lot of history there. And conveniently, though, before this happened, like before this interview dropped, a week before, Meghan Markle was accused, a week or two before, Meghan Markle was accused by the British royal staff of abuse. And and they had come out and said that she bullied a bunch of her staff. And there's been, that's one of the things that Piers Morgan brought up, that why, because at the time when they brought up the fact that she was bullying people, like her team was like, it's all fake. You can't believe what they're saying to you. And then now when she's like, oh, they bullied me, the tables have turned, and now everyone's got to care about her being bullied, but not when she was the bully. And she has a very bad relationship with Kate. There's all these rumors about how they got into several fights at the wedding, including one over the flower girl. And then she didn't tell. What were you going to say?
I mean, I wouldn't pay to see it, but these are the much more interesting elements of the royal family.
I mean, I like the drama. I'm not even going to lie. I like the drama. I keep up with it just so I can be entertained, because it's just entertaining. Oh, we have a Brit in the house. Hello, Will. Hi, Will Gentry.
What's up, Will?
Wondering what their skin tone will be is something very mixed. Every mixed couple parent has wondered at some point. I agree. I think
no, that's
right.
it's probably completely normal.
I think it's very normal.
I guess I just wouldn't. For me, what I'm saying is I wouldn't feel comfortable asking.
I wouldn't either. I mean, you sure as hell shouldn't, because you're white. People will be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Racist. Racist.
Yeah, so like there's all this stuff. There's all this stuff with Meghan Markle. I feel like she's just like I don't know. I feel like she's definitely full of shit, because in that whole interview, she's so fake. She's so disingenuous. And like that whole interview just seemed completely out of touch. Like I saw this meme going around and I was like, this is exactly what this was. This was completely out of touch with what's going on in reality.
She had to Google the national anthem the night before. Oh my gosh.
Like says millionaire royals, millionaire celebrities discussing oppression from an idyllic villa. Yeah. And you know what? This is exactly what this is about. And I feel like what happens. Oh, hey, Selena. Good to see you.
Hey,
glad you can catch the live stream. And what I think is interesting is that, like, listen, no one's saying racism doesn't exist, okay? Racism exists. There's definitely discrimination. There's all sorts of shit. The royal family are really weird, okay? They're very weird people, and there is history of racism. Weird,
bro. They're weird.
And there's definitely there's history of them being really fucked up, you know? But at the same time, when you're completely privileged like Meghan Markle, it's not like Meghan Markle came from a poor family in America, okay? She's a very privileged girl. She came up from a privileged family, and now she's married into the royal family in Britain. And now she's talking about racism and all this stuff with freaking Oprah, who's also an incredibly privileged woman, like a billionaire. And they're sitting in here in this garden talking about oppression.
This is the garden, not the Garden of Eden. No, this is the Garden of Oppression. Don't you? You would never want to be in this garden, would you? It's so look at how horrendous and terrible that looks.
See that, I don't know if she's a sociopath, but I definitely think she's narcissistic. I don't know if she's I can't go as far as calling her a sociopath just yet. But what I do think is I feel like this is a complete virtue signal in terms of because when you have nothing to lose and you're talking about racism and stuff like that, you don't come across as genuine. You come across as someone who's completely virtue signaling into, whatever it is.
I think when you're filthy rich and you talk about racism or oppression, it doesn't quite have the same type of power as if, somebody that is somebody that's in poverty or perhaps has experienced real true racism, not saying everybody in poverty does, but I mean, just somebody who definitely has been, feeling the brunt of that aspect of society, like that for sure. It's but Meghan or Oprah, I don't know. It seems it doesn't seem like they're really trying to, they really care about everybody.
No.
I mean, they've done very well for themselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing, that's fine. Well, I'm not saying Meghan has. Meghan seems to have inherited, whatever fortune she had
through life. Yeah.
Yeah. But, it's just, I think why I like the idea, going back to the idea of Meghan fighting with the other princess or whatever. Kate. Yeah. I think it's because we so often think these rich people have it together and they've got these perfect ideal lives. And no, they're still human beings who have all of these insecurities. They're in the spotlight. Their life in a lot of ways, sure. I mean, they do have a lot of, a lot of comfort and a lot of, but I think what the story here is, like, I think what it boils down to is, like, Meghan was used to getting everything. She was probably the center of attention, and she was spoiled. Now she comes into this royal family. Now people are telling her, now there's actual expectations. Now people are telling her, this is the order that we do things. And all of a sudden, it's like her little fucking glass world got shattered.
And Kate is above her. So she always has to curtsy to Kate. She always has to listen to her. She always has to respect her. Like, it's just one of those things. And that's why they couldn't get along, is because she's like, she wants to tell Kate what to do and she can't. There's that's the order of things over there. Yeah. You have to have a certain amount of humility to actually join that family, because if you don't, then you're not going to do well.
You have to be okay with not always being the center of attention. And I think for her, like, the piece that I saw from this interview, and most of it, she like shuts Harry up. He's like,
exactly.
He can't even get in a word.
Exactly. Zero Rewind is saying this.
Everything I've ever seen them in, she's the one fucking hogging all of the attention. She cannot play second fiddle.
No. And that's what I saw too. Like, every time he was talking, she was like, let me just like finish this thing. And she couldn't say a word.
One word.
And then Will said something really interesting here too. From a Brit insider, says royal staff apparently gave Harry the nickname Meghan's prisoner. That's insane. Like, dude, I'm telling you, man, this dude,
he's whipped. He is whipped. PW. You know what I'm talking about. I don't even know if he's getting it. Yeah, he's just whipped.
I mean, most people were like, she probably gives really good head or something. That's why he was like, into her. But I mean, God knows. I have no idea. I kind of feel like that's kind of what happened with Kathleen Kennedy too. I've always said that that's why she got to where she is. I mean, come on, she's like nothing else to offer. So
wow, ooh, ouch, Nina. I wouldn't say she.
I don't know if this is spicy. Shit.
No, it's not. Not for this crowd, that's for sure. But no, I mean, I don't think she was completely unattractive when she was younger. But I mean, she wasn't like, she must have been good at something.
Maybe.
You figure it out.
Something. I'm telling you, she was good. I told you what she was good at. Here's the thing.
People do what they gotta do.
Meghan Markle totally gives me Amber Heard vibes. Like, I feel like one of these days she's gonna cut off Prince Harry's something, and then it's gonna be like,
because it's already metaphorically been done.
Yeah.
So it's just like now the physical reality is gonna take place.
Will also says, don't feel too bad for Harry. He might be PW and he may have lost his titles, but Meghan has graciously allowed him to keep his title in the bedroom, where she still refers to him as princess.
Man.
Oh my God. This is amazing. What an amazing comment. Oh my God. And then of course, Piers Morgan, though, he went off. Did you see that interview with how he went crazy? And like the next day he was like, okay,
no.
let's watch.
Do you think there's any way of putting a girl like Meghan in check? Do you think Harry ever stood a chance?
No.
Do you think any man stands a chance? Are there some women that just will? I'm not saying, like what I'm seeing here, there's like a power struggle, and Harry is a doormat in this case, I guess, putting it very PG. So
I want to say things, but I feel like I'll get canceled. So all right. Yeah, because I'm a very traditional kind of girl. So I feel like if Meghan had, let's just say a man like that actually can take care of business.
I don't. Maybe. I'm just wondering. Or are there women that are, because I do think a majority of women are probably like that, but are there just some women that they have to be queen? They have to be, ruling and reigning.
Listen, every real queen has a king, okay? Like,
True.
Unless it's like, the virgin queen, like Queen Elizabeth the second or whatever, the one that was like, I'm not gonna marry.
Queen bee, or the Black Widow,
Sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like most great queens have a king, and I don't think that. I don't know. Like, I just feel like if and see, that's the other thing too. Meghan had a very bad relationship with her father. So because she had a really bad relationship with her father, and because Harry had an absent mother, like his mother died when.
Oh man, this is young. Nina's bro. She's cracked it right here. She's cracked it.
So
folks.
she has a very, very flawed relationship with her father. She has daddy issues, and he's got mommy issues.
Yep.
They're coexisting. They're like two, very, she's kind of like a, what is it called? Not a leech, but what was it?
No, I mean, I think
a parasite. She's a parasite. But they're not living in symbiosis. Like she's just feeding off him. But it's
he's letting her. That's the problem. He's kind of enabling all of this.
He is, because he has mommy issues.
The reality is she can't respect you can't respect a guy that you just walk over.
Exactly.
Like it's not, I don't think it's possible at all.
I don't.
What's up, Hetty?
Hey,
Good to see you, Hetty.
Zelina says a strong man wouldn't put up with Meghan, so she finds a man that will submit to her. Codependency 101. 100%.
I think she's 100%. Got it.
I agree.
Codependency.
Mm-hmm. That's the word I was looking for. They're like in a codependent relationship. They feed off each other. It's like
toxic relationship.
Yeah. And so
it seems like his brother and Kate, they don't seem to have any issues.
No, and that's one of the things, is because I feel like the reason that Kate is fine is because she was a humble girl, like she had humility, and she was able to like commit to being in the royal family. You have to commit to the family. Like, okay, it's like being part of the mob. If you can't be part of the mob, you're part of the family.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
This is like the OG family. Like, you cannot, like, there's certain things you can't do, Will says he's never been allowed to acknowledge that his dad is really his dad. It was too big of a scandal. That must take a toll on a man. That's true too, because there's all these rumors about how his dad's not really his dad, like Charles is not really his father. And I mean, I did see this picture of Prince Philip, you guys, when he was super young, and it was the spitting image of Prince Harry. So I was like, oh, I don't know if this is like one of those things, because I mean, everyone says it's a rumor that, I think it was, what was the guy's name, Will? John Hewitt or whatever. I forget his name. That is Harry's real dad. You know about this, right, John?
No, because I don't care.
Because you don't care? Okay.
No, no, I don't know.
Major Hewitt, that's right.
Know the details.
His dad was Major Hewitt.
Okay.
It was, the rumor is that his real father, like Princess Di, had an affair with this man, Major Hewitt, and that's Harry's real dad. But I don't know. It's just one of those things. Everything has been denied. It'll never come out. Like, it's one of those things until they all die. It won't come out.
I feel like
James Hewitt. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's. I feel like good women want to like. They see the bigger picture and they want to build up. They want to make their man look good, because their man is ultimately a reflection on them too, right? Mm-hmm. And it goes hand in hand. I mean, for both people, right? It's like, as a guy, you don't want to. You're not wanting to go out and disrespect your wife either. but it goes hand in hand. And so it's like, what Meghan is doing, she's making Harry look bad. And, that's ultimately a reflection on their entire marriage too. By her bringing all this, victim mentality and, making him look like, a pretty weak guy. And she's playing the alpha role here. She's wearing the pants in the family.
She is wearing the pants, but that's the other thing too. Here comes, for example, like this whole thing about him being racist, or not him, the royal family being racist. Specifically, I think they're talking about Prince Charles, and I think that's the reason that he cut off his father. I think it might have been an offhand comment about about the baby from his father. Now, here's the thing. Harry has made some mistakes in his past, okay? Harry, a few years ago, I don't know if you guys recall, wore a Nazi uniform as a Halloween costume. And it was all over. Like, this was when he was like 16, 17 years old. And he dressed up as a Nazi for Halloween. And he literally had like...
Who let that happen?
I mean, I don't know if you guys remember that or not, but that was a huge scandal. And there was pictures everywhere. This. Here, let me see if I can pull it up.
Look, I mean, as far as Prince Charles being called a racist,
there it is. Okay, here's the I mean, this was huge at the time, and I feel like, listen, if you've made mistakes like this, you can't let like something your father said in passing, your old ass dad said in passing. Like, and then here you are calling your entire family, racist and stuff like that. When you made this kind of mistake in your life, and people were like, "Oh, he's a fucking Nazi," and he wasn't a Nazi. Like, he was just a very
poor choice.
Very, very poor choice. He made a poor choice.
He chose poorly.
Poorly.
It's just like. I remember when Harry was younger, and it seemed like he was kind of acting out. It seemed like he was wild, like he was, I mean, definitely enjoying that prince status. And, it seemed like his brother was the more, I don't know. He was definitely the straight arrow, and Harry was just like, he was probably playing the field.
He was, and he was like, and I think right after this, they sent him to the army. So like he went to Afghanistan after this and everything, because they were like, "You got to ship shape. Like this is not
looking good."
No,
this Nazi, the swastika on your arm.
Yeah, they sent him to the military right after this. Will says Prince Charles is not a racist. He might not be PC at times, example, wondering out loud what color the baby would be, but he's not a racist. That's what I think.
No, that's not. I don't think it's racist.
I don't think he's a racist. I don't think he's a racist either.
I don't think you could say that, it's like that right there. That pinpoints that person is a racist.
Right.
Now, did you see the Papa John's thing?
Yes, well, I saw it on your channel.
Here, I'll play it. It's only a minute. You want to see it?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
I saw your portrait of suffering too, and I thought that was funny.
All right, we're gonna wait till this. Is there? Oh, okay. Ad free. How about that?
Ooh.
I've had over 40 pizzas in the last 30 days. The day of reckoning will come. The record will be straight.
Why not set the record straight now? I mean, what is it about the record that's not straight?
Stay tuned.
Oh my gosh.
Thinking back to a few years ago when you started to see these headlines coming out and smearing your good name, how did you feel at the time when you were seeing these headlines?
State of shock. Unbelievable. I couldn't understand it. I mean, again, you have a public board that paints its chairman complicit, passive, or active. They paint the founder as a racist. They know he's not a racist. It's just unbelievable. And I used to lay in bed just going, how did they do this? And we've had 3 goals for the last 20 months to get rid of this N-word in my vocabulary and dictionary and everything else because it's just not true.
Like he said we're trying to get it out of my vocabulary because it's not true. Like what?
That doesn't even make any sense.
And we've had 3 goals for the last 20 months to get rid of this N-word in my vocabulary and dictionary and everything else because it's just not true.
Couldn't get that transition the way I wanted to. Yeah.
By the way, everybody, please do subscribe to John. His other channels are in the description. He has an entertainment channel and John Talks Live. It's all in the description. Everybody, please subscribe to John.
Thank you, Nina. So yeah, I've just been slacking on those other channels, but
it's fine. I'm
just going through a deep dark depression. All right, so I'll get over it. But
don't say that. Are you like Meghan Markle? Are you experiencing suicidal thoughts?
If I was, I wouldn't tell anybody. You know,
I don't mean to laugh when I ask that question. I'm sincerely asking. Fuck, I should have had that suicide hotline number.
It should be somewhere. But anyways.
So here's the thing, though. With regards to the suicide, I think that's serious shit.
Absolutely.
It's not cool. I don't buy it from her. I don't think she's genuine whatsoever. I think she's full of shit. I
think it's just trying to get sympathy.
Yeah, and I
think she loves herself too much to kill herself.
Yes, I do. That's what narcissists don't.
She could never do it.
No, she could never do it. Narcissists don't kill themselves. And that's the other thing.
Somebody else.
In the interview, she was commenting about how she was saying stuff like that she didn't know anything about the royal family, and like she had to, Google the national anthem and stuff like that, and no one was there to teach her like certain things and everything. That's all BS because this girl's been obsessed with the royal family since a very young age. Okay, so she knows a certain amount. Now, forget all that. Okay. She's marrying Harry, which is Princess Diana's son. And everyone knows Princess Diana experienced a shit ton of drama with the royal family, including suicidal thoughts, okay? She was very depressed. She had a very, hard time with the royal family. And everyone knows that she experienced anorexia, and she was very, very, she had a very hard time with it. So the idea that this girl had no clue about any of this is nonsense. It's just bullshit. There's no way she didn't know about any of this. So she's all like, oh my God, I experienced suicidal thoughts. Like, really? Because so does somebody else, his mom.
Yeah. I guess at some point or another, everybody probably has. I mean, I guess it's one thing to have suicidal thoughts, and then, but then it's a whole nother thing, obviously, to act on them. But I'm sure suicide's popped into at one point or another. I'd be surprised if there isn't anybody in the chat where it hasn't just popped up in your head at some point.
I've experienced it when I was younger.
To some degree. Maybe. But then it's hopefully it's no, that's not a good idea. I don't want to do that. That would be bad for me and bad for everybody else. Well,
it's kind of selfish.
It is, but I think somebody who's truly and that's where there's probably a vast difference too between somebody who's and I do want to say, I want to thank Curtis for
you saw that comment.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Curtis. It's I was kind of joking around about it. I'm fine. It's probably not anything. Again, it's probably not anything beyond what people normally. I don't know. I think it's something that is. I don't want to say I think depression is a. I don't want to say I think it's a normal emotion, but I think sometimes people feel ostracized if they are feeling a little depressed or a little melancholy. And I think because we've made it, everybody seems so happy online, and it's all bullshit. People posting stuff online, it's not the totality of their lives. It's the best parts of their lives, right? But again, people can buy into that and believe that. but I think we're all prone to, phases and grief, and that comes along with some of the things that happen in life, a loss of a loved one, or a breakup, or or just a certain time, or it's winter. It's just like, I don't think, I think if, again, I don't think we should necessarily normalize it, but it's okay. Like, it's not abnormal, and you're certainly not the only one going through it. I think for me personally, I'm one of those people, and everybody's different. Everybody's completely different. I'm one of those people. It's like, I got to go away by myself, and I gotta work this out. I got to figure this out, sort of thing. So it's like, that's how I deal with stuff. But everybody's different. For a lot of people, they are better talking to somebody and having somebody to talk to. And that's just where just people are. We're all different. We're all made differently, and I just think that we maybe being a little bit, we probably could stand to be a little bit more honest in like, I don't want to say social, I think maybe social media or just in general, right? It's just like, it shouldn't be something that, people feel ashamed over, or again, like it's that abnormal, because there's tons of people out there that are.
There's so many people, and especially now, I mean, with everything that's going on in the world right now, there's so much, sadness and depression, and people are losing a lot of, a lot. So, I've had my experiences with it too, and when I was younger, I experienced it, and I actually called that number, the number that you put sometimes on the screen. I did call that number once or twice, and I got some help. Like I talked to someone, and they talked me down, and it was just one of those things, like you really needed to talk to someone, and it couldn't be someone around you, because you don't want people around you to know what you're going through, because that's another conversation that you have to have. And it's not like, you don't want to put that on them or whatever, and you feel completely alone. And so that's why, suicide prevention is very important. And actually, speaking of which, the Zack Snyder charity stream that's happening on the 17th on Uche's channel, they're going to be, they're doing a charity for suicide prevention. And that's very, close to me, because I've reached out to those, to that kind of thing before. And I understand that, there's definitely it's something that almost everyone goes through. I mean, if you don't go through it in your life, you consider yourself very lucky, right? Because, it's just one of those things that I think that at some point everyone kind of, it's tough. Life can be really tough. And
I guess I think, sorry, Nina,
I'll go ahead.
Shut up here in a second. But I think part of it is like the idea, especially when people feel like they are alone, like it just makes it that much more worse when people feel like they're alone. And it's like, if, it's again, you're just not, like, that's something too that I try to keep that bigger perspective, because I think it helps when you it's like you can kind of get so caught up and so lost in your own world and your own problems, your own shit. And
that's one of the things that's actually one of the things that someone on the phone said to me. Like, they were like, listen, like I understand you, just know you're not alone. Like, this is why we have this number here, because like right before you, I talked to someone else who's going through something similar, and blah, 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 blah. Like, just knowing that you're not alone, and you have like so many people are going through what you're going through. It actually kind of helps knowing that, because then you're like, okay, I'm not alone, because it's that overwhelming feeling of being alone is what kind of gets to you, And in this case, with Meghan, I just don't know if it's genuine. I don't know. I'm not going to go out and say like, no, she's totally bullshitting.
You can read her mind, and
Yeah, exactly. But it's just, I feel like it's not genuine. And look at what Will says here. Oh, your mom had suicidal thoughts. Well, then you'll sympathize with me if I say that now. That bit is textbook sociopathic behavior. And I think that too. I think that she's very narcissistic. And I think she's using his own plight about what happened with his mom and his depression, her depression and everything like that, to kind of fake being like Princess Diana. I really do. Like, she's like kind of like faking it and being like, oh my God, I'm going through the same thing. Like, the royal family didn't treat me right. And like, blah, blah, blah. And, it just stinks of someone who's making shit up. And she was an actress before. I don't know.
Yeah. It seems like a very, like, it's kind of like a victim mentality. She's never going to admit to probably anything wrong or any fault. It's always going to be somebody else's. And, I think that's one of, that's probably one of the signs of a narcissist, right? If they're never wrong. Everybody. Yeah. It's always everybody else.
It's always everybody else. And Mary Nicholson, hi, good to see you.
Hey,
says,
what's up, Mary?
I really don't like it when people use suicidal thoughts as a crutch to make people feel sympathy for them. My fiance has a severe PTSD from the army, and I've had to literally talk him off the ledge more than once. And that's what I'm talking about. People have real struggles. And Mary, that pisses me off too. And I feel like that's what Meghan's doing. And like, I don't know for a fact if she's making it up or not. Obviously, it's just, I just don't feel anything genuine from her at all. And I think that her saying that she didn't know anything about the royal family and stuff is all bullshit. That's why there's just so much bullshit with her. So that when she's like, I have suicidal thoughts, I'm like, do you really? Like, I don't know. Hey, Stephen.
Hey, what's up, Stephen?
Says reaching out to people is very important when consumed with negative feelings. I also find that meditation helps a lot. I agree with you. Meditation is very helpful. You just gotta like empty your mind and, just don't focus on the good things, And that's one of the reasons I do the Good News Fridays, because I feel like, we need balance. We need, positivity. We need creativity. Everything in this world has a balance. So like, I don't want to sit here and just talk about negative shit all the time. It's just, that's not who I am. And I want to put out some positivity in the world because I know a lot of people are struggling. And I think that that's one of the reasons. So like, get away from it all. And I want that. Like, I want to cultivate something like that here on this channel. We'll talk about objective reality on Infinite Talk and what's going on out there in the news and all this crazy bullshit. And then Fridays, we'll talk about the other side of it. I do anyways. John, you're welcome in the chat.
Yeah, this is if you talk about this negative stuff too much, it'll wear you down.
It does. It wears you down a lot. And then all of a sudden you'll snap and then you become Lex Luthor, and that's not really much true.
Dun dun dun. Yeah. Yeah, you'll threaten somebody on a live stream.
Oh my God. Yeah, let's not talk about that. So then Piers Morgan.
Some of you know what I'm talking about last night. Anyways.
I know what you're talking about, but
well, I know you know.
Steven says, I absolutely, Nina, that is why I take time to promote independent creators in our community. Spread the love, smile, and change a person's entire day. I agree. Speaking of promoting people inside our own community, there is a...
I'm already ahead of you, I think.
Are you?
Are you talking about Fatal's book?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a friend of mine who has a comic out. It's called Ninja Blast, and it's amazing. And I'm so into this comic. I've backed it like twice. John's backed it. And I think everybody should help Fatal out with this. Do you have the link, or do you want me to?
I'm putting it in there right now.
Okay. I'm just gonna
blasting it in the chat.
Excellent. Thank you. And it's also in the description, and it's here. This is it. This is the book. It's called Ninja Blast. It's almost backed. Like, it's very close. We're like halfway there, 52%.
Nice. Awesome, Darius.
I'm so excited for this book to come out. It's going to come out in June, I think, or July in the summer. Fatal J is a wonderful human being. He's a good friend of ours. We do a show with him called Fantastic Four, and he's put his heart and soul into this book, you know? So everybody, if you want to be part of this amazing experience with us, back Fatal J's comic.
Also, I mean, he didn't just put his heart and soul, which of course is the most important thing, but he also, he put in the money to have people illustrate and to color this and to really see through his vision. So, he put his money where his mouth was in terms of believing in this thing. And, he's got an investment here. So I think he's definitely given people a deal with $15 when you factor in, everything. And it's definitely one of the cheaper books you can get on Indiegogo. I've already gotten a few copies, and I might get a couple more before this thing's over.
Yeah, definitely. Anyways, everybody, this is the Ninja Blast, and again, the link is in the description, and I think John dropped it in the chat as well. So, yes,
thanks, Stephen.
Creators, thank you so much. And apparently, he was on Drunk 3PO's stream tonight. Well, they're good friends. They do a show together called
little show called Dark Council.
Yeah, a little show called The Dark Council, and they're good friends. So of course Jay's gonna help Fatal, and he should, because Jay's a celebrity now. He's famous.
Yeah, he talked to Gina Carano. So
yeah, I think they're dating.
That automatically elevates you to
start rumors. I'm gonna start.
I heard they were secretly married.
I know, I heard that too, and I was like, "How dare you, Jay? You said I could be a flower girl at your wedding."
I heard that she's carrying his firstborn child.
Oh, you're going there now. Get the rumor mill going.
It's gonna get clipped, and Drug 3 Bills are like, "What the fuck you doing,
Drug's
man?"
Gonna be like, "What are you doing?"
It's like Gina's not talking to me anymore. Thanks a lot, asshole.
Oh my God. Okay, so what happened with Piers? Here, I'm just gonna play like a little bit of a clip here for you guys, because I was watching this and I was just laughing really hard, because this, first of all, I'm not a fan, okay, of Piers. I'm not a fan of him, but it was really weird when I started to agree with everything he was saying. I was like, oh my God, why am I agreeing with this dude? This is not what I want to be doing. We won't watch the whole thing, but he just went crazy with this lady, because she was, in Meghan Markle's corner and being like, the royals are racist, and he lost it. He was like, the royals aren't racist. He just went crazy.
Okay.
And meanwhile, this lady is just trying to keep.
I'm just in the middle here.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's really funny.
Whenever you're finished.
Recovery. But the reality is, you cannot.
So I'd like to finish my sentence, please.
Any omissions or conduct
I would like to finish my sentence.
What your family has done that has perpetuated racism.
Okay.
You don't cover it up.
Can I please finish my sentence?
You have to be able to call her out when she's done something wrong.
I'm going to finish my sentence now. If you stop shouting. Here's the finish of my sentence.
Guys.
You talk about the behavior of a 94-year-old monarch, and you say that she should have done more. What about the behavior of Harry and Meghan, who are spray gunning his family on global television as Philip lies in hospital? You might laugh. I don't think it's funny. I think it's piling hurt on the Queen, who is already suffering greatly from her husband's illness.
I'm going to respond to that. What I don't think is funny, I'll tell you what I don't think is funny. It's the fact that...
And I think that's a really valid point as well. This interview aired at a very inopportune time for what's going on with the royal family. Prince Philip is basically on his deathbed. Like, he might be dying. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, here we are talking about like how Meghan's suicidal and like, you guys are racist.
Yeah, this isn't probably the best time to be doing this.
No.
Not that there might be a good time to do it, but this definitely is not it.
Yeah. But
like it really looks like you're looking very selfish. You know,
you
it's
look
like
bad.
This, this guy's dying, and it's like
your grandpa.
Well, I've thought about killing myself. It's like there's kind of it's like, which I mean, I find it hard to believe, Megan. I do. I just find it a little bit difficult to believe.
Yeah, and like Will's saying here, like that's the problem with Piers. He's an absolute tool. He talks utter nonsense, but sometimes he talks utter sense too. Yeah, like a broken clock could be right twice a day. And I feel like Piers Morgan was right in this situation. Like I don't agree with like pretty much anything he ever says, but like this one, I was like, okay, he definitely has a couple points. Will also said, oh, Prince Philip is 98. He's probably not coming out of the hospital. And that's what I feel like too. I think he's on his deathbed. He's about to die. They actually contacted Prince Harry and were like, you want to come see your grandpa before he passes? And apparently he didn't go.
Wow.
So like, I mean, it's just kind of like the whole thing is a shit show, like, I'm just like, dude, what are you doing to your family? Like, what are you doing to the queen, your grandma? Like your grandma
it's just flesh and blood.
Like shit, like,
yeah,
it's just terrible.
And any woman that drives you away from your family, even again, I mean, it's, unless they are absolutely, completely toxic, but even still, that's your decision. If you want to walk away from them. All right. That's never going to be, and vice versa. The guy shouldn't be stepping in and taking somebody away from their family. And here's the other reality. No family is perfect. Okay. No family is perfect. It doesn't seem like Harry ever was trying to, and it seemed like Meghan was already estranged from her father and stuff, but it doesn't seem like he would ever necessarily pull her away, but it seems like she has no problem doing that. And I just think anybody who does that, that's flesh and blood. You want to make sure that those relationships, I've seen this type of stuff too, where girlfriends, it's like they don't give their boyfriends or, they don't encourage their boyfriends to like, hey, why don't you spend some time with your family or your brother or whatever, And what's going to happen is the family's going to resent you. They're not going to like you. All right. Because, a good mate, a good person is going to encourage, even if you have problems with your siblings, I feel like they're going to be like, that's your sister, that's your brother. You only get one life, you only get one family, or well, in some cases, sometimes you have two families, depending on how things go. But I mean, that's the reality. It's like family is family. That's flesh and blood, and you don't pull people away. And if Meghan, if she should be encouraging Harry to see his grandpa before he goes.
Exactly. That's what a good wife would do. Be like, dude, dude's gonna die. Like, maybe you should go and
just see him before. Yeah. I mean, not pull you away. And what's going to happen too is, your own husband could resent you and vice versa. If it goes the other way, you don't do that. It's a telltale sign, and I've seen that type of stuff. And, the family will ultimately, they're going to resent you if you're pulling their son, daughter, brother, sister away from them.
And so this is what happened, by the way, with Piers. Like, this is when he walked out. So the next day, this dude who's like the former weather, or not former, he's the weather guy on their channel, was like talking to Piers about what happened the day before when he was having that conversation with that other woman. And he's just basically like, talking about how like, basically like, the royals are racist, blah, blah, blah. Like, the same shit. And Piers was just like, I've had enough. And he just like walks away. And this is what happens.
So, do you know what? That's pathetic.
Yeah, I'll just
Did she cut you off? I don't think she has, but yet you continue to trash her.
Okay, I'm done with this.
No.
Sorry, no. Sorry.
So, do you know what? That's pathetic.
You can trash him, maybe not mine.
No.
See you later.
I'm being.
Sorry.
This is absolutely diabolical behavior. I'm sorry, but Piers spouts off on a regular basis, and we all have to sit there and listen. 6:30 to 7 o'clock yesterday was incredibly hard to watch.
Where?
Ben, thank you very
God,
much.
And there's Boris Johnson.
On your second.
So that's kind of like what happened, and that guy was going off on Piers for a while. Like he sat there and you know, talked to that guy for a while until he was just like, you know what, this shit. And then he's like, fuck this shit, I'm out. And he just kind of like walked out. He actually
Zero
came out
Rewind. Sorry.
No, go ahead. What am I highlighting?
No, Zero Rewind says never trust anyone that drives you away from your family. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get
not
that.
It's not a good sign. It's that, you know, they'll give you, if your family's that messed up, they're going to, you know, ultimately they're going to leave that ball in your court. You know, they're going to, if you want to not talk to your family, that's your decision, right? That's fine. But anybody that's going to like push, you know, tell you that you shouldn't be talking to your family and try to, you know, override or make that decision for you. No, they're not a keeper.
I did laugh a little bit though at like what Piers did, because here he is making a case about how Meghan is always running away from everybody, and like, you know, she ran away from her family and she like blocked them and like ghosted them, doesn't talk to her dad, and then yeah, like now she's like ran away from, you know, the royal family, and then all of a sudden he like pulls a Meghan Markle and starts like walking off the set, and I'm like, dude, you're not like I get your point, but you didn't make a good one if you're just gonna take off. Night, Curtis. Thank you for being here.
Hey, good night, Curtis, man. Take care.
But yeah, I just thought that was funny. But then again, he doubled down this morning, or today came out that he doubled down. Piers Morgan doubles down on Meghan's comments after quitting the British TV show. He really hates that bitch. He's like, fuck this bitch.
I'm quitting the show over this.
Yeah, he's like, fuck this. You know, he just said like a bunch of, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but just like, when we talked about this yesterday, I said an all-encompassing thing. I don't believe what Meghan Markle is saying in general in the interview, and I still have serious concerns about her, the veracity of a lot of what she said. Morgan told The Guardian, but let me just state on the record my position about mental illness and on suicide. These are clearly extremely serious things that should be taken extremely seriously. And if anyone's feeling that way, they should get treatment and help they need over time. And of course, like that's all valid. But yeah, so like basically, like he basically said, fuck her, like, you know, she can go to hell. Not in so many words, but you know, he's just over it. He was over her. But the Queen also responded this today. The Queen and the palace came out with a statement as well. Saying that.
What if the Queen said? What if she said, "Fuck that bitch"? Like, what if that was the Queen's statement?
She said the opposite, but she is. They are dealing with it, though. She says. So the palace put out a statement saying the whole family is saddened to learn the full extent of how challenging the last few years have been for Harry and Meghan. The issues raised, particularly that of race, are concerning. While some recollections may vary, they are taken very seriously and will be addressed by the family privately. Harry, Meghan, and Archie will always be much loved family members. And that's from the Queen herself. So
how would you rate that response?
It's very formal. It's very Queen-like. Like she's been around long enough to know, like, not to fan flames and like, you know, whatever. And honestly, like, I love Queen. I love the Queen of England. Okay, I think she's awesome. She's been through hell. I love her. I think she's great. She's a great woman. I don't even care what anyone says. I think.
Well, you're not from the U.S., so it doesn't.
No, I'm actually from Canada. I'm from a Commonwealth country, so we're actually taught to love the Queen as well. So,
no, it makes sense.
Yeah, but just generally speaking, I think that she's really, like, she's an amazing person because of what she had to go through. Like, power was thrust upon her. She was not you know, supposed to have this power. You know, her like the fact that, you know, her uncle abdicated the throne and then her father became king and then he died and then she became queen. It's just like it's a very different, like it's a very interesting part of history, and I think she dealt with it very well. She's one of the oldest people in history to, you know, to be in the monarchy for as long as she has. I mean, she's been around forever. Churchill was her mentor. Like it's pretty crazy. You know?
She was in the Naked Gun movie.
Yeah.
Kill the queen. Kill the and well, and who O.J. Simpson was in that movie too.
Yeah, O.J. Simpson was in that movie.
And yeah, I mean, so it's like that movie's pretty old, and she was still queen back then. She seems like a real tough woman though. Like
she is, and that's why I feel bad for her. Like her husband's dying right now, and then here's her grandson like trashing the fucking monarchy and calling them racist. And it's like, dude, you dressed up as a fucking Nazi for Halloween. Calm down.
Yeah. I think it's a great response. You know,
I do too. It's very
if you're talking about it politically, you know, in terms of like, again, because whenever you're dealing with, you know, it's all politics, right? So you're dealing with public perception, and it's a very, you know, lot of grace there. You know, it's basically like, yeah, we're listening here. You know, didn't necessarily seem that way to us, but you know, they'll always be loved, and we're you know, we're listening to these complaints. So I think it just makes Harry and her look bad, you know, because if the you know, if the queen had responded back in inflammatory way, like you said, you know, then then it's like, oh, okay, well, there's, you know, it seems like both parties here have some issues and problems, but I think the way that she responded, you know, it just makes Meghan look worse.
Yeah, it does. Will says Mary keeps dropping truth bombs. So devastating. Google's trying to hide them. I don't know what's going on with YouTube during the past couple of weeks, but people have been getting their comments taken away and getting even timed out in chat. So Mary, I'm sorry if that's what's going on with you. If I see your comment, I will highlight it. Nothing's coming up on my StreamYard end, so yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know what's going on with YouTube lately, but I guess we talked about the royals enough.
Yeah, we talked.
I just get really
an
hour and a half. I'm just really entertained by this whole thing. I think that they're very entertaining people. Yeah, so we're going to move on now to our next topic, which is Kathleen Kennedy and what's going on with Star Wars. Have you been keeping up at all? I mean, you used to be called John Talk Star Wars. Like, have you even?
I gave up.
You gave up? Are you like you're just out? You're just like out?
Yeah, I'm pretty much out. You know, I watched the 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, and
was this Geode rock? What did it for you, John?
No, it wasn't. I was out before, like the High Republic, and when they fired Gina Carano and all that stuff. Like I had one foot out the door, but you know, The Mandalorian. I guess I'm certainly wasn't. I feel less impressed by season 2 the more I think about it. I think the first season might have been better. I know they were going for the fanfare moment with Luke Skywalker, and you know, by bringing in Boba Fett and Ahsoka, you know, Tano, but which I think that was probably my favorite episode of the whole season 2. But you know, other than that, it just seems like, again, they're just trying to milk nostalgia, and it. You know, I still have yet to see like a really good original, like something I feel like is just, you know, I think The Mandalorian was that to some extent, but you know, they're definitely pulling from a lot of freaking, again, the nostalgia. So I don't have any hope for Star Wars at this point at all.
Neither do I, because this is what's going on with Star Wars. They have a rock as a new character in one of their novels. It's called Geode. Somebody made this. Fat Steven Seagal made this, and I was like,
it's really weird to put. Yeah, women's clothes on it. Oh, is this like female representation of The Rock?
This is the female representation of The Rock. I couldn't help it. I had to have this as my avatar for a couple days. But Mary says Meghan wasn't disliked because of her skin color. It's because she's a vile, controlling bitch. Kate is liked because she's gentle, graceful, and an elegant lady. And I 100% agree with you. It seems like Meghan is like the complete opposite of Kate. Yeah. Like they're just two ends of the spectrum.
Meghan knew, or Kate knew what she was getting into,
and she was like a nice, young girl, and she knew how to handle being part of the royal family, and not the other one. Mary also says, "Hey John, you should make a meme video where Jack Sparrow picks up the rock crab and says a rock, then he eats it, and it's Geode that he's throwing instead."
I should do that. That's a great idea, Mary. Thank you for that. I might have to do that now. I know I'll be a little late to the game, but it still might be worth it.
Oh, you should do it. Everyone's still talking about it. This is where Star Wars is at right now. This is Star Wars is at Geode, and also the fact that apparently the other day at the investors meeting, this was addressed. Thanks to Anna, that Star Wars girl, for grabbing this audio clip. But when CEO Bob Chapek was answering the Gina Carano question, this is what he had to say.
Hi there. It's clear that there's a new blacklist punishing conservatives in the entertainment industry. Disney Plus actors Pedro Pascal and Gina Carano tweeted similar analogies of current political events to Nazi Germany. Yet only Carano, who is considered a conservative, was fired from The Mandalorian. Regarding Disney and a blacklist, this is the way?
This is the
I don't really see Disney as characterizing itself as left-leaning or right-leaning, yet instead standing for values that are universal, values of respect, values of decency, values of integrity, and values of inclusion. And we seek to have not only how we operate, but the content that we make reflective of the rich diversity of the world that we live in. And I think that's a world that we all should live in harmony and peace. Thank you for your question. Next question, please.
Very textbook.
That was pretty much it. And I mean, everyone's calling bullshit on that because Disney is super racist, and they have been for a very long time. Like what they did with John Boyega's character, they've hired a lot of racist people, Justina Ireland and all these different people that are coming out, basically white bashing, people saying white people are bad and different things like this. And then here's Bob coming out and being like, well, we don't have right-leaning or left-leaning politics. And he had Pedro Pascal coming out with that tweet.
Right. I was thinking about that when he said that.
Yeah.
It's we're inclusive of everybody, except, are you?
Except you're not, especially towards conservative thought. So, it's pretty evident for anyone that's keeping track that they're not like that. So I don't know. It all seems very disingenuous. Bob is just being completely disingenuous. I don't think he actually believes that Disney is neutral in any way, shape, or form. Because that's what he was trying to say. It was being like, we're not right or left. We're just here to create, and we're not taking sides, but you are.
Universal values.
Yeah, universal values.
Well, the tricky thing with that is, it's like, well, those universal values that you're picking, sometimes do fall probably more left than right, for sure.
At this point in time,
they're not central,
No. He doesn't seem central at all. Well, Disney, I don't know about his politics. I'm pretty sure he's a Democrat, but God knows. A lot of those people are actually hiddenly Republican because they don't want to pay higher taxes. But so then I saw this. Speaking of the Mandalorian and Star Wars, Russian cosplayers from Siberia built life-size replica of the Razor Crest starship from the Mandalorian, and this was kind of cool. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, it's freaking impressive, man. So they, here they are. They built the life-size ship. There's another picture of it, like an actual picture. There it is.
Wow, they built that.
Yeah, they built it, and like there's a video of them inside the ship as well. I don't know if I shared audio. Let me just share audio again.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Raging Rhino would feel this. Like he'd be like, it doesn't reach the atmosphere. I'm just joking, Raging. So yeah, the ship, which weighs more than a ton, has a length of 14 meters and 10 meters wide and 4 meters high. That was the most difficult cosplay of all, but we did it. Ayal Fyodorov, a local cosplayer and leading man behind the project, told TASS the group started the construction back in December 2020 and designed their replica on the basis of the photos on the internet. Russian media reported the ship's hull was made not from metal, but from firewood. It's also made of several portable modules, making it much easier to transport. So this is more pictures of the ship and them making it. I mean, these guys are like next level.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And here it is, like, here's the inside of the ship. Oh, did it go to somewhere else? Oh, it did. Here, let me share it on Instagram. I hate when you click on those links and then it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's they can make their own TV show.
Yeah. I mean, these guys are pretty skilled. I can't make this full screen now, can I? No. But this is inside the ship. So it's actually like working and
dang.
I mean, that's pretty freaking detailed. Like they even made panels and stuff.
Did you ever see the guy who built a replica of the Starship Enterprise, the old school one?
And
it's like it's literally a museum.
No, I haven't seen that.
I saw this. It's so impressive. It somehow came up on my YouTube feed. Let me see if I can find it.
I mean, this was really impressive, dude. That's cool. Yeah, please find it because I would like to see that. And why the hell are you? Thank you, John.
Did you get the? Do you recognize the quote or the reference?
It belongs in a museum. No.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I feel like it's,
what franchise is that from? The chat's gonna help you out pretty quick.
Oh my god! I feel like it's in my brain and it wants to come out, but it can't. I don't know. Is it the like not the first Star Wars? What is it called?
Dun, 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 dun,
oh!
Dun, 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 boom, 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 boom. Did you say what was that?
Indiana Jones?
Yes. But I was gonna say,
I thought it was from A New Hope when he gave him the lightsaber and he's like this belongs in a museum or something. I remember him saying something like that.
No,
that is not what you're talking about. No, but thank you so much for this $10.
Of course.
I don't know why you did that. You're weird. Here you go.
Thank you for coming. I'll see you in hell.
You might want to change that up. I don't know if that's very like
no.
Like people send you a super chat and they're like, you're like, I'll see you in hell.
No.
All right.
No.
There you go.
That's The best.
There's your reward, folks.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Nerd cookies. Nerd cookies for $2. It says check your DMs. 2 words. Seagull poop. The heck? I will have to check my DMs then. I don't know what you're talking about, Nerd Cookies.
The Nerd Cookies live DMs.
What? Wait, she actually sent me something.
Or is it yours? Okay.
Oh my God. Nerd Cookies. What? Okay, hold on.
Now the chat's really like, what?
Oh my God. I mean, we already talked about this for an hour, but let's talk about it some more. Oh my goodness.
Meanwhile, all the guys in the chat are like, oh my gosh. Like, do we have to talk about the royal family?
Oh, they're like, no, we were talking about Star Wars.
I know. We were getting into the fun stuff. You know,
we were.
All of a sudden,
I'm sorry. Nerd Cookies came in here with this.
Here, let me go and get a glass of wine.
Oh, man. Stupid ad thing.
Dumb ad blockers.
Stop it. It seems Meghan was caught by a seagull.
What?
Web jokers go. Oh, my God. What the hell, man? The Daily Mail, like, they're ads.
Oh, I know. It's
Next
an ad
level.
fest. Yeah.
Go to town on the Duchess' distinctive dress choice for the Oprah interview. What?
So wait, I think here, scroll up. I'm not sure if somebody was saying scroll. Okay. Now internet jokers have created a video showing the moment the birds swooped. The joke was posted on YouTube. Oh, but the dress had a white lotus flower print, which some said looked like bird poo.
So this is the video, I'm guessing?
I guess so, yeah.
Let's see. Did I share audio? Can you hear this?
Nope, it was a boomer.
Damn it.
It's all right, it happens. It happens to the best of us.
Why can't they just fix this and just make share audio like permanent?
Default.
Into it. You look lovely. Thank you, so do you. Before we get into it.
That's it. That's a great edit.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
That was an awesome edit. Whoever did that, great job. Can we watch? Yes, please.
You look lovely.
This was worth it, Nerd.
Before we get into it.
It's like Oprah's face is hilarious too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I didn't quite see it like that, but now I do. Now I'm not going to be able to see it any.
She's right. I can't unsee this at all. I'm watching it.
It's almost like, yeah, we got to play it.
Thank you, so do you. Before we get into it.
Oh my God. Sometimes I love the internet. This was amazing. Oh my God.
Oh man.
That was amazing.
I gotta get. Yeah, I gotta up my I think After Effects is what I've got to learn here. I gotta learn how to add those type of elements to a video.
You're right. I can't unsee this. Like, that was amazing. I'm sending that to everyone I know.
That was well worth it, Nerd Cookies. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Even Will is laughing. Like, that was, love it. Everyone's laughing. This was amazing. Thank you, Nerd Cookies. That was amazing. Okay. Back to Star Wars and this amazing cosplayer who actually achieved something pretty amazing with this ship. There he is. And then he
dang. That's pretty epic. That's an expensive photograph there to get. Like, he probably could have photoshopped the, this thing behind him, but he's like, no, I'm going to build the whole thing. And then I'll take a photo with it.
Oh my God. I know,
That's
right?
epic. That's epic.
It's so epic. And then he's got the baby Yoda and everything. Like, I mean, this is crazy. This dude like committed to this.
That's insane.
This is more commitment than Pedro Pascal gave the you know, the actual Mandalorian. He was like, I don't want to wear the helmet.
I mean, how much did this thing cost? Did they even come with
let's see here.
I thought it might have said,
I think it did say,
oh,
didn't it?
maybe that was the Meghan Markle dress that I was.
Oh yeah, it was. But let's see, maybe they do say, for now, Razor Crest will stay in the park. Every visitor gets a photo opportunity, adding that the ship will also get some security guards. He did not clarify if this will be armed with blasters and emphasis he added for a fact. The project has already gained traction on the internet. Yeah, no, it doesn't say the cost.
Yeah, you gotta start making some money back on that. You know, it's like
yeah.
You put in this work. I mean, it's really beautiful. You know, it's like something like that to get it to such accuracy. Now you need to start charging.
Commitment, man.
Yeah.
Like that is insane.
Yeah. Now it's time to start charging people to check it out if they want to see it.
Yeah, to come and check it out. Yeah, like now.
I mean, unless you're filthy rich.
But, I mean, but like a lot of these cosplayers spend a lot of money on these costumes, and I bet you he's made this costume himself as well. Like, I don't think he's like bought it or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely pay a few bucks to get in there, take some, you know, especially too, you're taking pictures, and then maybe you do a little tour, get in there. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that would be willing to do it. You know, I'd be willing to drop some cash to get a picture and go in there and just, you know, I mean, more so too because it was a fan. I think that's what it is. It's like it's not some greedy corporation, but it's like, man, somebody spent, you know, just somebody for the love of, you know, and granted, I mean, I was kind of like bashing the Mandalorian just a few minutes ago, but it's like because somebody was that passionate for it, it's like I can respect that passion for it.
I can respect that too. I love that kind of stuff. It's just weird that you know, there's all this infighting going on amongst like, you know, the fans about what's going on with Kathleen Kennedy and the fact that she's not getting fired and like all this stuff. And I feel like who cares? Like for me, it's like I really like it doesn't. I didn't think she was going to get fired at all. Like I never thought that she was going to get fired. You know, I like she ruined the, you know, Star Wars. The Last Jedi was, I checked out. And then I don't think that I never thought that she was going to get fired. There was all these rumors that, you know, there's a civil war going on and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I don't know. Did you think she was going to get fired?
No, especially after I mean, I originally, because there were sources out in Hollywood, at least, you know, so we were told that said they had the inside scoop and that that she was going to get fired. This was years ago, like back when my channel was still John Talk Star Wars. And, you know, I mean, I thought it just seemed, and not only me, but other channels too. You know, it was more of like a prediction. We didn't necessarily, we weren't saying we've got the inside scoop, but to us, I guess it just made sense in terms of business. Like here you have somebody that is not bringing the results you want. You know, it's like a football coach or any coach of any team where they're not leading their team to victory or improving. They're actually on the decline. So it's like, usually when that's going on, that coach is fired after.
Yeah. You know, and I mean, that's actually something that's so funny that you mentioned that, because that happened to like us and the Toronto Raptors. Like they fired Dwayne Casey, who took them to the Eastern Conference Finals like the year before, and he fired them, and they hired this like, you know, the head coach that they hired, and he took them to the finals and they won. Like, you know, like, and that was the craziest win. And I just, you know, like it happens in sports all the time. Like even if they take you like really far, if they don't win the championship, they get fired.
We had we had a similar thing with it's funny because Dwayne Casey wound up going to the Pistons.
Yeah,
sorry,
he did.
Dwayne. Yeah. But I think he's a great coach. And the thing is, the reality is he built that team to where it was at. Same thing happened with his name's escaping me, but he coached the Pistons, and then he got him. He got him pretty far. I think it was like to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then they brought in Larry Brown the next year. Even though, this coach was winning, but he eventually won for the Mavericks. Man, his name's escaping me. Somebody probably might know it. We don't know. We don't talk sports that much, but I mean, they're ruthless in sports. Even like you don't win that finals, and
it's like, true. I mean, with Dwayne Casey being on, like I remember at the time, I was like, they're crazy for firing Dwayne Casey and hiring.
I would have agreed with that too.
Yeah. But then absolutely. Nick Nurse, though, like had such a different point of view than Dwayne Casey, and the way that he coached was completely different, that when you started to see like his coaching style, you were like, holy shit, this guy could actually do it. And then he did it, and we were like, holy fuck, that was like the best decision they ever made, was to fire Dwayne Casey. It was terrible.
The same thing for Larry Brown as well, because when he came on and coached the Pistons, because it's like he was a veteran coach, and Rasheed Wallace would probably respect Larry Brown over I keep on wanting to say Doug Collins, but that was not his name. But it's like there's just certain people that are as good as they are, maybe they're not going to get you to that next level. And then there are people that have been there and done it before, or they have that capability. But I mean, bring it back to Star Wars. That's exactly what if you're not getting the job done, right? If you're not getting W's, if you're not bringing in a major profit on the Star Wars franchise. And in fact, if solo a Star Wars story loses money, I mean, that was, I think,
oh my God, that was a nightmare.
Yeah, it lost $50 to $100 million. No other Star Wars movie ever lost money, period. So for me, and for so many of us out there to come out and say, yeah, we think she's going to be fired, and this was like 3 years ago. I don't think it didn't seem that crazy, but my point of view has changed as time has gone on, and I realize, she's not just anybody. Okay. She's got connections in Hollywood. She's close to Steven Spielberg. She has a history. Other women from time to time have gotten fired from Disney, but they're not really known like Kathleen Kennedy is known. So she's just not like, that's the thing that people don't understand. She wasn't getting fired. She was going to fail upward. Maybe she was going to get a promotion, but she's not getting fired.
No, and I think that's exactly what happened, is she did fail upwards. Like, I think her entire life she's been failing upwards, kind of like your vice president and Kamala Harris, but I'm not going to talk about her too much. E. Clay, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. It's a little, what's it called? I was going to call it a rhino, but it's not a rhino. It's a hippopotamus, and it's going, hi. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yes. And I think somebody said Rick Charles.
Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle.
Right.
Yeah. Great coach too. I mean, he took the desert. He actually beat the Heat. He beat LeBron and company over there with the desert. Dallas Mavs.
That was
Mavericks.
A great series. I mean, that was a crazy series. I remember I was like totally rooting for Dallas that time. I was like, fuck LeBron.
Yeah. After he went to the Heat, I was like, man, they can't win. They just can't. This is it felt so wrong. So
it felt so wrong. When he left, I was like, no. I was not feeling LeBron at that time.
Taking my talents over to Miami.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then Chris Bosh left Toronto too. So it was like a double whammy for me, because I was like, motherfucker took Chris Bosh with him.
And Dwayne Wade was,
because you heard about what happened with Chris Bosh?
Was it a kid? What did happen?
It was a blood clot. He had a blood clot like several times, like I think in his knee and his leg and stuff. And he's gone. Like he retired. Poor guy. Never.
Yeah. He seemed like a nice guy, though.
He was. He was a very nice guy. He was. I mean, I like him. I like him. Good night. Thank you for being here.
We'll see you, Huber and Waffles.
Yeah, I love basketball. It's true. I used to. I'm not so much anymore. Okay, I have other things we're going to talk about, like this weird article that I sent you. This one. The AI of the beholder. Algorithm can now learn which faces you find attractive from your brain waves. This is freaky shit.
Yeah, this is pretty creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe for dating profiles, maybe it's not a bad idea. I don't know.
This is kind of creepy. Like it gets kind of really creepy. Like the last line of the article, I was like, okay, this is creepy shit. So I like this.
I did not read this though.
You didn't read it? Okay,
no.
I'm gonna read it real quick. But she's pretty.
She's a robot, Dina.
Is she?
And there's like that thing sticking out of her side.
I feel like she might be real, but like this is a Photoshop image, possibly. I don't know. Maybe she is a robot. God,
I know robots when I see them.
It's her dead eyes, isn't it? I'm just joking.
I'll never fall in love with an android. And then it happens all too late.
In what may sound like an eerie next evolution of dating apps like Tinder, researchers have developed an AI system which can learn and predict which faces individual humans might find attractive based on their brainwaves alone. The joint team of psychologists and computer scientists at the University of Helsinki in Finland use this thing. This fucking
electroencephalography. Electroencephalography. I don't think I got it right, but I tried.
We're just going to say EEG from now on. Measurements,
that's better.
Catalog which facial features people found to be attractive, and then fed the results to a machine learning system called a generative adversarial neural network, GAN. Some 30 volunteers were shown a series of artificially generated but highly realistic faces, none of whom belong to real people, created from the database of around 200,000 images of celebrities. Each participant was fitted with electrodes to measure their brain activity. They did not have to do anything but look at the images, explains cognitive neuroscientist Michael Sape. Which we measured their immediate brain response to the images. So this is kind of like what went down in the experiment. So they were like shown these images, and they had like this brain thing on their head, and they were just kind of like figuring out what was the thing that they reacted to. The system learned their preference and cataloged their unique set of so-called EEG attractive identifiers. It then generated custom designed faces to suit an individual's preference. Next, the system developed a second generation of AI generated faces. The newly customized faces were shown to 30 volunteers alongside random assortments of additional faces. Participants rated the second gen customized faces as attractive 80% of the time compared to the 20% for the randomized faces. Succeeding in assessing attractiveness is especially significant as this is such a poignant psychological property of the stimuli, Spipe says, adding that if the machine learning system can successfully analyze and predict something as personal as subjective as attractiveness, the possibilities for further exploring the human psyche with AI are seemingly endless. Potentially, we might gear the device towards identifying stereotypes or implicit bias and better understand individual differences. This line freaks me out.
Identifying stereotypes or implicit bias. Like what's being implied there? Like
if you're subconsciously racist, or if you have you prefer, let's say, a darker skinned woman or a lighter skinned woman or whatever, like if you have certain biases, it's going to pick up on it, especially like subconscious ones. And then what? They're going to try and like brainwash you out of it. Like, I don't know what this means. This is really weird. This is a weird statement.
Yeah, it is pretty weird. I mean, I think in general, there's
exactly zero rewind. Thought police is being implied. That's exactly what's going on.
We're gonna find out, but doesn't everybody to some extent have like preferences? I guess, like not even in terms of, I wouldn't even think in terms of color, but I suppose even if somebody did, that doesn't mean anything. But there's certain features, I think, right, that people find more attractive than other ones. So I think everybody is like, if they're gonna pull this shit, like everybody falls into that, right? At some point or another, it's like, am I wrong here?
No, I mean, I think that we all have certain, like, I mean, but
preferences?
That's certain preferences. And it's not necessarily like that we're racist if you're like, if you like darker toned or lighter toned people, like, it's not like you have like, I just feel like this whole sentence here it really freaked me out, because I was like, what are they trying to say? Like, potentially we might gear the device towards identifying stereotypes or implicit bias and better understand individual differences. Like, that is a really weird thing to say.
Yeah. I think everybody, I mean, everybody's going to be, nobody's out there saying like, yeah, I find everybody and everything equally attractive. Like that person does not exist. And that would be somebody that you would say, like, theoretically, right, if such an individual did exist, that they would be without, you could say they're without bias, or they don't have any preferences, and they just find everything and everyone absolutely all the same beautiful, when that's not, I guess, in a perfect world, right? But it doesn't matter who you are. Everybody, it's like everybody has taste. Everybody has, certain things that they like and dislike, and not only physically, but even personality. It's like it goes deeper. We're all, I guess, to try to vilify that is, I find it to be, I don't know. I find it to be wrong. I guess I'm thinking more in the arena of attraction, though.
Is this freaking you out as a single man? Like, are you like, holy shit, like, this is what, Tinder and those kind of things are becoming? Like, they're gonna, like, online dating. Does that freak you out?
Well, I'm going to be straight up. I'm just a different kind of guy. Like, Tinder to me is the most, I don't know if it's the way the app is. I think it is, but it just seems like the most shallow pool of and I'm sure it's not the case. Like, I'm sure that there is probably a lot more to these women than I'm led on to believe, but it does seem like these women make it all about the appearance strictly. And it's like,
right.
That's all good. I mean, the problem is that there's a lot of attractive women on Tinder. So if you actually want to like stand out, it's like you need to actually prove that you have like a personality.
Right.
It's like showing off your ass or your boobs or whatever. It's like,
I've heard that Tinder is like the one that is for, like, just basically like if you want to have sex, like one night stands and stuff like that. Like, it's not really like, you're not really looking for a relationship.
Sure.
But there is other apps that are like more relationship.
Sure.
Like, I think like Bumble, or like there's different ones that are like more relationship-y, and then Tinder is just kind of like, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I don't know.
Maybe not for everybody. I think some people might have found, a lot of people will say in their bio, and this will help people stand out, is like, they're not just looking for a hookup. A lot of women will put that, so basically implying that they're serious.
See, there you go. I'm not the only one that's saying this. Tinder is for smashing.
Sure. It is. And that's why, Yeah, I don't really. It's not really a go-to. I mean, again, for me, I don't. I just think of like all the. See, the way I'm wired, it's like I think of all. I think it's the way I was brought up. I think of all the bad things that can happen out of that situation, like unwanted pregnancy, or
oh god,
you
what
know,
a
just
nightmare.
yeah,
Can
you know,
imagine?
that's where I'm just like, or you know, any variety of sexually transmitted disease, especially if you don't know
God.
somebody.
Right.
So it's like, obviously, yeah, if you're looking for the quick, fast, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, smash and sort of thing, it's like, okay, sure. I mean, me on the other hand, not to mention, I also think of, some woman that might try to rope you in physically, but then, it's like, maybe you're under the impression, like, if that, sure, maybe that is the thing that you want, right? Is like, oh, I just want to, but maybe she's serious, and maybe because you haven't really established any real relationship, now it's really awkward because, you've kind of just started off on this very physical level, and she wants something more serious. And now it's like, I just think of this whole scenario where I'm like, I just rather start off as, like, don't try to, don't move too fast. Don't try to get in, like, after you've been through this kind of stuff in your life, or different things like this, or you've seen other people go through, it's like, you're like, yeah, you already see things coming, or at least you think you do. So you avoid them.
Yeah,
so that's
I understand.
That's where, I don't know any guy that wants to get stuck in some sort of, situation where they accidentally get a girl. I mean, that's just it's a sticky situation.
And it's weird too, because I know, like, a lot of girls, well, some girls
will try to get,
yes, they do that kind of thing to trap the guy. And it's like, really, I mean, that shit is next level. See, I think Megan did that to an extent too, because she was like, I'm gonna pop out a baby and like fucking lock this shit in. Well,
again, there's certainly nothing wrong with any of this, the desire for that, right? It's just like, just go about it the right way. Like, believe in yourself, believe you have something to offer more than just, your body. Trust that you have a personality, trust that somebody will love you and like you for you. And, don't make it all about that. I don't know. I to me, and again, I'm not the run of the mill type of guy, but it's just such a turnoff when women rely solely on that, because at the end of the day, a relationship is going to be you and that other person growing old, and all that superficial bullshit is, I shouldn't say superficial bullshit. It's important, certainly all of that stuff is important, but it's not the only thing that makes up a relationship.
No,
like, you have to like that person, actually.
Yeah,
it's like,
and that's the thing too that 16-bit mascot says here is I agree, John. There needs to be something else there. You have to like being around the person for long periods of time, and that's kind of key in a long-term relationship, because like, for example, like some of the stuff that's like coming out now, especially with the whole like pandemic thing and people being locked in together, like there's a lot of divorces apparently. Like a lot of people are breaking up because they couldn't really stand each other for long periods of time. And I think that's like, that kind of speaks to like where relationships are at for most people, like, because they kind of don't take it as seriously as a lot of, some people don't take relationships as seriously as some people do, and they just kind of like, especially when it comes to like this kind of like unprecedented territory, because most people will be in a relationship and they'll just be like, well, like when I don't feel like being around him, I'll just take off and I'll go and hang out with my friends and then I'll just come back. And you know, when you don't kind of like have those outlets anymore, like you're not going to work all the time because you don't have that 8 hours away from each other or like whatever. You're just kind of like stuck together in the house all the time. You know, it can get like some people just can't handle that. You know, they do need some space.
Yeah, and I think that sort of thing too brings up and magnifies the issues that were there.
Exactly.
You know, that were like laying dormant.
Yes.
And now it's kind of like they can't be ignored. You can't just go and leave, and you know, which in some cases it might work to a couple's benefit to work through that stuff. So, you know, they're not left with it later on down the road when it all, you know, piles up and you have the empty nest and now you're like just almost like two strangers in a house.
Yeah.
Wondering like, you know, what is this even? So, but I mean, you know, I think the pandemic definitely, you know, I'm not surprised that people have been there's more divorces, but I mean, the other side of it is like absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yes,
like,
that's true.
You know, there is a certain amount of, you know, space, I think personal space that we need as human beings. You know, some of us need a little bit more than others, but we do need like a little bit of that time.
Yeah, no, I agree. And 16-bit mascot, I agree. Cause like I feel like John and I are both very old fashioned. That's why we get along with each other because like I don't know. I feel like in some things I'm very old fashioned and conservative in that sense. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I probably am, but I've just seen, you know, after you see so many people get in, I think that's what I don't fear marriage at all, but I guess I fear the idea of being, you know, where you're trapped in a situation, you know, which is, right. Because oh, there's a baby, you know, all of a sudden it's like, and you know, it's like, well, I mean, I guess I wouldn't say, oh, because I was raised that way, but I mean, you're just going to automatically, I think, feel an obligation to, you know, understandably, you know, like, you know, take care of that kid. Right. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just, there's certain things that I've seen where it's like, yeah, I don't want that to be my life. You know, maybe it's worked out for other people and it's fine and all of that, but it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, I personally don't want to get in that situation if I can avoid it, especially if those people have kind of said this, you know, like, oh, I wish I did things differently, you know, and a lot of it just comes down to, you know, it's like, well, thinking through what you're doing, you know, it's like, if you don't put yourself in a place of temptation, then you know, your odds of not winding up in that situation are a little bit better, you know?
Yeah.
It's knowing yourself. Like it's not that I think anybody, that I have any more self-control than anybody else, but it's just like, you kind of know, I mean, be prepared, right? Be prepared. But I mean, it's just, yeah, I'm just going to shut up now.
Oh my God. No, I completely agree with what you're saying. It's all very complicated. I just feel bad for single people. I'm not even going to lie. I don't think I could handle the dating world right now. Like that is just too insane. Like meeting online and yeah, I don't know. It's all very weird. So the other thing I was going to talk to you about is that your president seems to be MIA. People are kind of concerned.
Why are you saying my president? What's that supposed to mean?
Sorry, your former vice president, Joe Biden. Apparently he's MIA. And people are kind of wondering, like, where's Biden hiding? Even CNN begins asking questions as president goes record time without press conference with Q&A. So this is like March 8th that this article was put out. And it just talks about how even the Democrats are like starting to question, like, well, why isn't he giving speeches and like, or taking questions and stuff like that? Like, where is he? And then I saw this follow-up article today that I was like, what? It's just things getting weirder and weirder. And this article reads, no, did I share the wrong one? Yeah, no, I did. Okay, sorry. This article says, Hill reporters suggest Democrats could use Biden hologram to handle his public speeches. And I was like, what the hell are they talking about? So it says, as President Joe Biden faces scrutiny over his lack of press conferences and questions about his mental and physical health from the public, the Hill's Cheryl Atkinson has suggested a solution: use a hologram. Maybe a Biden hologram can handle his public speeches, she wrote in a Wednesday opinion piece. Atkinson acknowledges a recent public poll that found half of Americans are questioning whether Biden is physically and mentally up to the task of the presidency, and that over half are concerned about his lack of press conferences. He will reportedly host one before the end of the month, she said. Officials in the administration have told her they are mulling far-fetched speculations that upon further examination starts to look almost like it's not completely outside the realm of possible. This far-fetched speculation refers to the possibility of using a hologram of the president, which Atkinson argues is completely possible thanks to modern artificial intelligence and deepfake technology, all of which, she says, officials have told her are already being researched or accomplished in the secret channels of our government. Joe Biden isn't a hologram, but if he wanted to be, and if powerful people with access to the latest technology wanted to make him one, it seems as though there might be little they couldn't accomplish, she wrote. Biden has already not held a single press conference since entering the White House, but also skipped out on an address to Congress in February. White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain said the joint address could happen once the president signs the most recent COVID-19 relief package. I think shortly after that, you will see him work with Congress on a joint address that is appropriate for COVID and all of these other times that we're living in. Klein told Punchbowl News this week. Questions about Biden's lack of interaction with the press. On Tuesday, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki touted more than 40 Q&As since becoming president, though she admitted she doesn't know whether Biden hosted press conferences will become a regular scheduled event. Even during public appearances, Biden has often avoided any direct questions from the press. So, yeah, that's crazy, right? That they might
they're always quick to get him out of there too.
Mm-hmm.
And with anything, I recently posted up a clip where he was in a hardware store.
I saw that.
And they wouldn't even let this guy, they wouldn't let the president talk to this guy. It's like, who's in charge here? Like, the president can't have a conversation with a citizen or answer a question. We're like, okay, he's got to go. And Joe Biden just completely looks lost.
I saw that. It was really sad. Honestly, some of the stuff that even you share about him, and you see stuff like that in the news, and it's kind of sad, that he's old and he's going through something, and it's just kind of really weird that this is being, I don't know. It's just all very sad to me.
Yeah. It's weird because you look at Biden when he was a little bit, even when he was VP, he's a different, he is just a different person.
He is. You can see it.
Yeah. He kind of seemed like a real asshole in some cases too, when he was younger and even just years ago.
Yeah.
But now he's just this, he's just older and he's just not, he's just not all there and stuff. So I think that does certainly even if I think for a lot of people, and I've seen this in the chat or in the, people commenting, that, you know, they feel sorry for him. Like, as much as they did, like, they don't like him, like, there's a part of them that actually feels bad for the guy because it's almost like elder abuse, or
it does seem like elder abuse. It's kind of really sad. And his wife is like, I don't know, Jill, I don't know, man. It's like all kind of really weird. I mean, I think Biden was an asshole too, and I think, like, you know, I hate to say that he deserves what he's saying. Yeah, but it's just kind of like, you know, you're just kind of like, because it seems like he wants this, like, or he wanted this because he wanted
to be president for sure.
Yeah. Mega Max says, Nina, Biden's dogs are being removed from the White House for aggressive behavior and being sent to Delaware. Don't know what's in Delaware for the dogs. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard that I saw your video on it too. That his dogs bit like a White House staff person or something. And then, well, I mean, don't dogs that bite people usually get put down?
In some cases, yeah. I guess it all depends. I guess Psaki said they will be coming back to the White House, but
she did.
You know, yeah, but even the way she handled that whole thing, it was just like, it was like complete damage control for the dog. You know, it was like there was like this you know, it was like somebody that they didn't know, you know, the dog wasn't familiar with.
Another Jen says a farm. Yeah, like, are they being sent to a farm? Because that usually means they're dead.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, they're not gonna put down these dogs, but or this dog, but yeah.
Did you see that thing that I sent you about her talking about the cats?
No, you know what? I'm sorry, Nina, I didn't see that.
Let me see if I can pull that out because that was so funny. I was like, hold on. Actually, I did share it on my own Twitter, so I could just scroll down my own Twitter. But yeah, like there was this clip of her, and I was like, this is hard hitting journalism here, guys. Like, this is like
with the cat, like, talking about a cat.
Yeah, because like just watch. This is fucking next level. I'm like, what the hell, man? So it says, I just said this is the most hard hitting journalism I've ever seen because this is what the interview is basically asking her.
We were promised a White House cat. What happened to that?
Where is the cat? Today's a good day for the cat. I don't have any update on the cat. We know the cat will break the internet.
We were promised a White House cat. What happened to that?
I was like,
where is the cat? Today's a good day for the cat. I don't have any update on the cat. We know the cat will break the internet.
We were promised a White House cat.
What?
What happened to that?
Where is the cat?
What
Today's
a weird thing to say, right?
I don't have.
Like,
Yeah.
I
the
mean,
cat will break the internet.
Yeah, because you know, she's like, because like the second they show the cat, like it's gonna break the internet. But like, what the hell are these fucking reporters asking about? We were promised a White House cat. Like, is this really like what you want to be asking about? This woman that I don't know. It just drives me nuts when like they throw these weird softball questions. And then I was so hoping that she would say I'm going to circle back to the cat because she was like, I don't have any answers for you about the cat. And I was like, please say circle back. And then she didn't say it.
Yeah.
And then like right after that,
she's kind of annoyed. Like,
yeah. And like right after that, I heard that the dogs bit somebody. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on over there? It's like a freaking zoo over there.
Yeah. Like, he's got a whole slew of animals over there. It's like the White House looks like Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah, like totally. Have you, or what did you think in the end of like the hologram Joe Biden? Do you think it's possible?
It would just be weird. Like, I think of Palpatine, you know, in the Phantom
Menace.
Menace.
I was totally thinking of Palpatine.
You know, any of the Star Wars movies where he pops up and.
Can you please do like an edit of that? Like, you should show this article that I said, and then like do like, you know, like that scene with Palpatine like being like a hologram and talking to people and giving them orders. Execute order 66 or like whatever the fuck he says.
I should. That would be good.
Oh my god. Yeah, she won't answer a serious question, says James. Hi, James. it's crazy. This woman is she's very interesting. There's also this that I saw.
What was the suggestion that Mary made too with the video? I think it was trying to remember the movie again. Oh, it was Jack Sparrow in The Rock.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. I was gonna say, Mary, put it in the chat again because I don't remember. Are you writing these ideas down? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, because I will forget. That's what I realize.
So this one was really crazy. Lucky to be alive, ESPN anchor escapes unharmed after being hit by falling set during the TV broadcast. I was like, holy shit.
ESPN's falling apart.
Look at this.
Literally.
This is crazy. Okay, keep your eye on this guy.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Dude got crushed, yo.
Oh my gosh.
And apparently he's fine. So like we can watch this and be like, holy fuck. It's okay.
He's still going. Oh my
like crazy, right?
Can you put that in slow-mo? Like take it to like quarter speed or something? You're just sitting there, man.
I don't think I can do that because this is like a Twitter video.
Oh,
but I can do it like this.
Yeah. He's like he heard it. Ooh, dang, that's nasty.
He got crushed.
That does not look like a light set at all either.
No.
Like that's not like a piece of plywood,
No.
Like
he hits his head
inch, right
on the desk. Like it's like bam.
Dang. I think like what happened?
I mean, thank God he's okay.
Yeah. No.
Is this like what happened? I'll tell you. Because this is
this is an American ESPN, right?
No, this is Colombia.
Wow.
What's happening to my? Hold on a second.
Once you see that neck snap.
Yeah, it's very hard to watch. I was like, oh, but I thought it'd be entertaining.
That's where you start threatening. You might start threatening to sue.
So ESPN Colombia.
I want a raise, damn it.
Yeah, no kidding, right? I mean, dude,
I want that hush money.
So Carlos Orduz narrowly escaped without serious injury after he was hit in the head by a piece of the set, which came loose just seconds into his appearance on live television broadcast. Footage of the incident has gone viral, showing Orduz as part of a panel of football analysis committee on a match when, without any warning, a large piece of rigging from the set collapsed and slammed directly into Orduz's head. The camera quickly cuts away from Orduz and shocked host and show before moving to a commercial break, allowing Orduz to receive assistance from the members of the crew. Incredibly, the football analysis took to social media soon after to tell his 12.5 thousand Twitter followers that he was okay and that he didn't suffer any serious injuries due to the incident, save for a few bumps and bruises. I mean, the guy was lucky. There he is. He like tweeted out that he was fine.
Could you imagine, like, how traumatic would it have been if the guy died? Like
crazy, right?
Oh, that would have been absolutely terrible. Like,
there he is again, telling everyone that he's okay. Oh, he's speaking in Spanish. But he told everyone that he's fine. I mean, that's why I was like, okay, let's show this, because this is a crazy thing that the guy survived. I mean, he's just like,
yeah. I mean, maybe it's not so crazy that he survived, but
he didn't get very injured.
Yeah, that he definitely didn't get injured. I mean, had it hit him, I guess, because it seemed like, I don't know, did it get his head?
Yeah. Well, he hit his head right on the desk, and it hit the back of his head, and then he hit the front of his head on the desk. I mean, people do die from injuries.
No, I mean, freak stuff. Yeah, freak stuff like that happens. Like,
yeah, that was crazy.
You better believe he's gonna be checking. If I were him, I'd be checking out that wall every day.
No kidding, right? Like, I don't think he's ever gonna sit down on a set again before shaking that shit and being like, "Is this shit nailed down?"
Yeah. Or at least could you have it to where it falls that it's not going to hit me? I mean, dang.
Someone fired. I hope so. I hope like the set person got some sort of repercussions. And then I saw this, and I always think of you when I see Michigan news. And I thought, well, at least Michigan's doing something right. Michigan bill to require trans student athletes to compete under gender identified at birth as 20 states similar laws. So yeah, thank God.
These poor girls, man. Gosh, they can't even have any fucking fun, you know?
Yeah.
Competing,
and I mean, that's
it's like you got
some. This is the article that they're doing this bill.
You got some trans asshole wanted to, just literally take all the fun out of these women's sports. It's like, no, this isn't fair. This isn't fair at all.
There you go. Mary wrote the scene she was talking about again.
The POTC at World's End. Okay. At World's End. That'll help. All right. Thank you.
There you go.
Followed by
Mary.
All right. Thanks, Mary.
Are you good?
We'll see. I might do a video. No, that's I'll just put rock crab in. Okay, that'll be good. But yeah, we'll see. I might do a video, I might not, but it's good. Thank you for the suggestion. I'm always open to suggestions. Sometimes it's tough to have like enough material for at least like even just like 30 seconds of a video. So I mean, I suppose I could put up clips. I don't want to like kill in terms of like the watch time. I'm already stretching it when I'm putting videos out for under a minute, so it's kind of like, I don't think you want, I think 2 minutes for me is probably like really the sweet spot that I want to be in. And I've been going under that. But sometimes the material just isn't fit, for it, but
they put like
I'm always open to suggestions.
They put like 3.5 minute commercials on your 30-second videos. That always makes me laugh. And they're always about like fiber and poop. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, that's weird.
I know, right? It's like the strangest thing. I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, so I mean, thank God Michigan's doing something right. I mean, I feel like your governor is not very good. So, but yeah, so they're making a legislation that would require transgender student athletes to play on teams that correspond to their gender as identified as birth, mirroring bills proposed in 20 other states. I mean, that they're gonna come down hard on this bill, though. Like in terms of
this is it's a sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
It's just a weird thing because it's we like the idea we've got to stand up for women, women first, and and then all of a sudden it's like, well, then some trans person comes in. It's like, well, we've got to be inclusive. It's like, well, what happened to women?
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, we're on this women kick until, we were going to play the oppression Olympics here. But if you're trans, so like if you're a man trying to be a woman, that overrides actually being a woman. Like what's up with that? I mean, it's like, it's actually, it's kind of fucked up because like the man is still getting the advantage in the situation, which is
totally is
biologically, which is against the whole, patriarchy thing that, these people hated in the first place. I mean, it's just like, where the fuck is the line of logic and reasoning here? It's so messed up. It's like, unless you're a man trying to be if you're trying to be a woman, then, if you're going to win, if you're willing to give up your genitals, we'll give you, you get the top billing, we'll defer to you. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what a fucked up world we're living in.
We live in such a fucked up world now. It's crazy. Megan Mac is asking if we can do more movie shows. Your top 10 and top 5 are really good episodes.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I love hanging out with John, so we can do that. Tell us what you would like to see a top 10 list of. Make some suggestions, and then John and I can do that. But yeah, so I don't know. I hope this bill does happen though, because I feel like people are getting beat up that shouldn't be getting beat up by trans women. I was gonna say by men. So canceled.
Look, if you got the goods, or if you had the goods, you know, I mean, biologically, you're going to have an advantage competing with women. It's just the way it is, and it's wrong. You know, there's these people are sucking all the fun for these women. It's
Well, no.
I'm down.
Hell?
Sure. No, I'm kidding.
Of course you are.
I don't even watch Twitch, so
I've never been on Twitch. Like, actually, the only time I've been on Twitch is with you and Rhino after the Fantastic Four that one time. When
we were looking at ASMR channels or something.
Like the weird ASMR things. I was like, this is why I don't go on here, because these people are all weird.
Yeah, we were all mystified. Like, how the hell these people make, like, you know, they make a lot of money though, apparently.
Top 10 comedy. I don't mind that. That sounds fun.
That's gonna be a tricky one, actually.
Top 10 with canceled actors and actresses. Oh, that's interesting. What is this? Do Willy's Wonderland with Nick Cage. The hell is that? Have you ever heard of this? I don't know what
Never heard of it. It just sounds disturbing.
Let's see.
Nicolas Cage got married, by the way, to some. Did you show me that?
What? He got married?
Yeah.
No.
To some like 25-year-old girl or something.
Pull it up. Let's see her. Mary's asking if I ever educated you on anime. Well, here's the thing that happened. We had a conversation and I was like, so I kind of really want to educate you about anime, but are you like actually open to like watching it? And then John was like, no. And I was like, okay. No.
And that was the end of the conversation.
That was pretty much the end of the conversation.
I'm just like
I'm just not interested.
I don't want to waste Nina's time. You know, it's just one of those things. It's like, I mean, sure, I could be cordial and be nice and be like, oh yeah, sure.
Very honest relationship.
But yeah, it's like, no, I just know at this point I'm just not going to be. I'm probably not getting into anime. If I do, it'll be because I wander and venture into it myself. But I'm probably not. I don't know.
He won't, because he's stubborn. John's very stubborn.
I'm stuck. You know, the older you get, the more stuck in your ways you become.
Yeah. See, people are like saying anime titles now. Oh, this is uncultured swine. I'm kidding, mostly.
Well, that's funny.
I hear you, Mary. I hear you. I'm the same way.
No, well, I think the whole thing about getting stuck in your ways is that you've just made certain decisions about your life where it's like, I've only got so much time. I'm interested in this, and that. And I don't have time to pick up, you know, something different.
Bobo Yogi says I should force you to watch Bebop. Well, I can't fight a Michigan and like tie him down. Like I can't force him to do anything. I can't force people to do anything.
That's never a way to persuade anybody.
No.
You know? Well, yeah, maybe in some ways.
If we were into some kinky stuff, but we're not, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I think with watching anime, it's, you know, don't go down that route.
No.
You know.
People are asking, what? You've never even seen Bebop? I know everyone kind of thinks like that Bebop is like a go-to when it comes to. Have you ever seen it?
I haven't watched that much anime since I was like probably 16 or 17.
Yeah, because I know you've seen like the old school. You've seen like Akira, and you've seen I think you've seen Ninja Scroll, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and I watched the Dragon Ball series, Dragon Ball Z. Mm-hmm. But
See,
I like the original Dragon Ball series.
Me too. I
don't like Yeah, Dragon Ball Z is just like a prolonged
didn't
fight.
like it.
Like,
Yeah,
it's just like it takes. I'm not impressed by characters powering up for like half an episode, and
I'm the same
screaming.
way. Oh my God, John, we so agree. Trust me. And Fatal J hates me for this because I'm like, I can't stand Dragon Ball Z. Like, it's just like one of those things for me. I'm like, I can't stand people going like, ah, in the camera, and like it's shaking for like the entire episode.
And you have like this voiceover, and it's just like, I'm like, give me some substance. Like, that's the great thing about the original Dragon Ball was like every episode was an adventure. It was something different and new.
Yes.
And, like
you wanted to know what it is.
Yeah, and there's like this element of mystery, and they were on this quest. It's a quest thing, and you got this great cast of characters. That's one way to put it. Sure.
It was like the 7 balls that were golden.
Yeah, no, it's true. But that's the thing where it's like Dragon Ball Z didn't have that kind of storyline.
No, it didn't. It sucked, and I don't understand why people are obsessed with it. I'm not interested in it at all. That's why I stopped watching after Dragon Ball. I was like, okay, I'm done with this. She says that you missed the golden age of anime when it started gaining steam.
I probably did. I'll still need to check out Ghost in a Shell. Akira, though, while I think it's certainly got like some, some issues, but overall it's pretty freaking epic movie, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's a classic though. Like, so I feel like you're not completely,
No, I'm probably not that far away from, like I'll eventually watch Ghost in the Shell because that's probably a crime that I haven't seen it.
I'm not gonna judge you the way I did with Die Hard because like, it's just anime, but like it's very dear to me. See, Major Kusanagi, she's on my wall. So I think you should definitely watch it at some point. But see, the thing is like, with anime, I've done that in my life when I was younger, like, because I used to want to force people to like watch what I liked, and I wanted to like do that for a lot of my friends, and they would have this kind of like the opposite reaction and like not want to check it out because I was like so forceful about it.
Sure.
And then I learned like, you gotta just let people come to it themselves, because that's when they'll really appreciate it, when like somehow they'll see it and then they'll be like, oh my God, like I should have watched this so long ago. Like, when, I should have listened to Nina or whatever, and I should have watched this. Like, not like, you're not just like hammering it into their brain all the time. And then, then they, well, first of all, you build it up, and then you never know. Like, the person might not.
Yeah, sometimes you can build it up to like, oh, it's so awesome, when maybe it's not good to set those expectations for something. But yeah, I've had people try to force me to watch certain things, and it's just like, if you're just not, I don't know, if you're just in a certain phase of life or you're just not in the mood. And in reality, it's just a matter of like, probably if you just watched it, right? But I think, most of us are just stubborn. Like, if I probably told people like, you need to watch something that is completely out of their genre, like it was like some 1940s film or whatever, or The Graduate, like that might feel like extremely dated for a lot of people, and like,
right,
what the fuck, but that's just another thing too, where I guess we're all different. We all value, we value different things, and it is what it is.
Have you ever seen any of the Studio Ghibli movies?
I have, yeah. I've actually probably seen at least 5 or 6 of them. At least I've seen Princess Mononoke, Porco Rosso, the Flying Castle one. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it was it was good. I'm trying to think. Oh, Spirited Away was another one I seen. I seen a really like one of his older films, Nausicaa, I think.
Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was like his second one, I think. First or second one that he made.
Yeah. Yeah. His movies are really, really good. I actually like him quite a bit.
Wow. See, you've seen quite a bit. So I'm actually impressed. Yay. I'm so glad that you've seen those movies. Because, like, if I was going to recommend one to you, I would have probably said Princess Mononoke because it's on the more serious side than his other ones. Like, Spirited Away, I would, like, it's great, but it's a longer movie than his other ones. So I don't know, like, you know, if you're willing to spend that much time. But you've seen it.
I saw it in the theater. Yeah. I actually saw it twice. Because a friend of mine, she worked at a movie theater, so they would have these like private screenings afterwards. So she invited me, and so I saw a couple of Miyazaki's.
Oh, that's amazing!
Yeah,
have you ever seen Howl's Moving Castle?
I think that's the one I'm thinking of, not the Flying Castle, but Moving Castle, maybe.
Well, there's two.
Okay.
There's the Castle in the Sky. That's the one he made in the 80s. And then there's Howl's Moving Castle, which is based on the book.
Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah.
It's funny because I think Mark Hamill did. See, I don't know if I've seen this one.
Yeah, the one that he did in the 80s is called Castle in the Sky.
See, I think no, this is the one I think it was Howl's Moving Castle. Because does this castle fly too?
No, this one just walks and then it goes through dimensions. Like it has a door that go not through dimensions, but it goes through different locations.
Why does this look familiar though to me?
Put Castle in the Sky so you can see the different, like the picture. So maybe
the character. Yeah, let's see.
This is the movie I watch whenever I want to cry. Howl's Moving Castle. Like when I want a good cry, I'll put this movie on and I'll just watch it and have a good cry.
Okay, so this is the movie I've seen this one for sure. Yeah, I've seen this.
There's the famous picture. The famous picture is the one with the robot reaching for the flower, giving them the flower.
Oh yeah,
the robot that they meet.
Yeah, his movies have like such a surreal quality to them, and like I really appreciate that. That like they're so you never quite seen. You know, he's got his like it's its own flavor, and it's just so different. I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint exactly what it is. But there's
Mary's right. The castle does fly at the very end of the movie, but that's like the last scene.
Okay. Yeah, I would. I know that they have a ton of these movies on HBO Max. I'll have to get back in. I wouldn't mind checking out some of those other ones.
Because this one has a really cool story. I love that with the bender. That's funny. That's funny. This one's a really cool story because it also reminds me of kind of like Atlantis. You know, the way that he designed that story. So this is his new wife. Go back to that tab.
Yeah, I think this is her. 26. Riko
God.
Shibata. At the Wynn Casino and Hotel Las Vegas on February 16th. So there you go. Yeah, Nick Cage. This is, I think, his fifth time. So fifth time's a charm.
Fifth time's a charm.
It's true. We are very happy. The 57-year-old said, confirming the marriage in a statement to page 6. So
I'm not going to lie, you guys. Some of the animes you're naming in the chat, I'm not even highlighting because I would never suggest any of these animes.
Oh my God, Nina. So
like, I would never suggest certain
anime snob.
To people who are starting out on anime, you don't suggest certain animes. Like that'll turn them off, like the art. Like they'll be like, no, especially ones that don't have an ending. Like, you know, Like certain things, like you just don't suggest. This is what I'm telling you guys. I've learned through time, like what to suggest and what not to suggest. Hey, Chaos. So I haven't seen you for a while.
Hey, what's up, Chaos? I never knew that Nick Cage had a son named Kal-El.
That's hilarious. I didn't know that either.
They married 2 months after meeting before welcoming a son, Kal-El. And yeah, so I forgot that he married Lisa Marie Presley.
Yeah, I forgot about that too, but I do remember.
I don't
now.
even. I'm thinking Michael Jackson. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Michael Jackson was married to her, but yeah, it's kind of. He's had Christina Fulton, 1990. They had a son. Then Patricia Arquette, 2000 to 2001, from 95. Then Lisa Marie Presley. It was one of those kind of things when you marry someone hoping, I mean, we've been together for 2 years before we got married. So it was one of those things when you're marrying, hoping that you're going to either stabilize or it's going to, accentuate all that was going on prior to what was problematic. Presley later told Larry King, according to the Sun.
Will Gentry says, yeah, he named him after Superman. How did you not know that? Can you not tell that I'm way more obsessed with the royal family than what's going on in Nick Cage's life? Because I could tell you Meghan Markle's baby's name, but I didn't know he named after like his son after Superman.
That's pretty freaking epic. Yeah, like I'm Kal-El, son of Nick Cage.
That's like Elon Musk, like he named his kid some weird ass shit too. Like, have you heard of that?
No, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on.
She's cute. Wonder how long this lasted. The couple separated in 2016. They have since remained friends. Well, at least they're friends.
Go back to the girl you said was cute. I was looking somewhere else.
Her, Alice Kim.
Okay, that's his new wife, right?
No, this was his fourth wife.
That's not it. That's his fourth wife.
I know it's so many of them. So from 2004 to 2016, they were together 12 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah. Now, oh my gosh.
Oh my god, look at what he's looking. Oh my god.
Nick Cage was married to Erika Koik for just 4 days.
4 days.
Ouch.
Although the
couple were together for a year before they married, Cage later asked for an annulment after claiming he was too drunk to get married.
Oh my god, they were on a bender.
Cage argued that he drank to the point of intoxication prior to the couple's wedding. 2 months later, Cage was granted a divorce. There was a recent breakup. I don't really want to talk about it. He later told the New York Times Magazine, I was pretty upset about that and the way things happened. So, wait.
Will says, hey, Kal-El is part of the royal family of Krypton.
2, 3, 4. I guess they're not counting this one.
They're not counting the 4-day one.
Yeah. But there you have. I don't know. Would you put money down on this? That this is gonna last?
No.
She doesn't look especially. None of them. Like both of them. Maybe that's just the way they're caught. Somebody took this photo, but yeah, nobody's looking especially happy here.
This is his kid's name, by the way. Like, what the fuck? Like, he named his kid this.
That's weird. That's that's even weird. That's even weird for Elon Musk.
X-12. X-A12.
Why are you doing this to your kid, man?
Why would you do this to your kid?
Why? What if are they just going to call him X?
I guess they have an Xavier Musk already.
It's just why.
Hey, they have a Kai.
They'll probably be raised by robots anyway. So
this one, I mean, like the other ones, at least have a name. This one's a robot. Like, what are you? He was high. They were high.
It even makes like Nevada seems like it's a different name, but it makes that name feel extremely normal.
Exactly.
Like that's how messed up.
Griffin, that's a normal name.
That's a normal name.
That's pretty normal. Damien,
Saxon. All of them. Yeah, all of them are pretty.
They're all normal.
They're pretty normal until you start introducing mixed up
Roman numerals.
Yeah, mashing letters together and shit. Like what the fuck are you thinking, man?
Yeah, I know. Where's Kai been? I don't know. He's not here tonight.
Maybe he's writing another book.
Oh my god.
Volume 2.
Oh, he's probably working on it. Oh my god. Oh yeah, there was this also this I wanted to share with you because it's just kind of like the latest that's going on right now with regards to Fauci and all that bullshit. No data, no evidence. Fauci admits CDC advising against air travel for vaccinated Americans. A judgmental call.
Did they? I think they misspelled judgment, if I'm not mistaken.
Hold on, let me make sure I shared my audio here because we can listen to it from the horse's mouth.
They did. They misspelled it up in the title. Yeah. This is important, folks. They put the E. There's no E after the G.
That's true.
Only before and after C. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
But yeah. So RT, get your shit together, man.
God, get your shit together, RT. Okay, so YouTube, we're listening to it from the horse's mouth. This is not what we're claiming. This is what he said.
From the Biden administration that they say it will make its decisions based on science. What's the science behind not saying it's safe for people who have been vaccinated, receive 2 doses, to travel?
That's a very good question, John. And the CDC is carefully heading in that direction. When Dr. Walensky made the announcement a day or two ago about the fact that when you have a couple of people, 2 or 3 or more people in a family setting, both of whom are vaccinated, even if it's someone from a friend that doesn't have to be a member of the family, that was the first in a multi-step process that they are going to be rolling out. They're being careful, understandably. They want to get science. They want to get data. And then when you don't have the data and you don't have the actual evidence, then you've got to make a judgment call. And I think that's what you're going to be seeing in the next weeks. You're going to see little by little more and more guidelines getting people to be more and more flexible. The first installation of this is what can vaccinated people do in the home setting. Obviously, the next one is going to be what you're asking. What about travel? What about going out? What about getting a haircut? What about doing things like that? That's all imminently going to be coming out.
In terms of
science.
Science.
I believe in science.
When you don't have the data and you don't have the actual evidence, you've got to make a judgment call. So they don't have shit, is what they're saying. You know how everyone's like, follow the science. This dude's like, we don't have science. We're just making a judgment call. The fuck does that mean? I don't know.
Yeah. It's like they're like saying, well, we've got to be objective about this, but we're going to be subjective.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what is it?
All hail the science, says Czar.
Yeah, it's just even when he was on, I forgot, was it CNN or whatever? It was like he couldn't give a definite thing in terms of what, it's flip flop Fauci. That's what we got going on here.
Yeah, this guy says the CDC is going to be providing you with recommendations regarding getting a haircut more than a year into the pandemic.
Yeah,
I'm just glad each and every one of us stayed away from that salon barber for at least the last 53 weeks, aren't you? I know one person that didn't, Nancy Pelosi. She went there.
I think a lot of people had to go there eventually. We couldn't give ourselves haircuts forever. Well, some of us could.
Hey, that's how we met. You giving yourself a haircut.
That's true. That's true.
That's coming up, our friendiversary.
Yeah, if now that I think about it, if it wasn't for Corona, I'd probably still have more hair on my head. So
oh God.
Because it led to me giving myself a haircut and then just finishing the deal. So
oh my God. I don't even know what to say right now. Air travel is a risk.
To say.
Being vaccinated on an airplane is risk. It's the indoor gathering during traveling, causing up cases. The CDC should refer to their recs for the vaccinated traveling or not. If getting vaxxed doesn't lead to liberation, people won't get vaccinated. Well, yeah, I mean, if it doesn't work, then people are not going to get vaccinated, right? Like if it's not going to do anything for you, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, who feels like go out and getting a shot and getting stuff, shot into you? You don't even know what it is. You don't know what's going in there. Aborted, fetus parts or whatever.
Yeah, apparently like pig DNA and aborted fetuses. I mean, that's why I think the Catholic Church banned it because they said there's like aborted fetuses in there or something. I was like, oh.
I think even the Detroit mayor was against the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. I think
I heard about that. Wait, let's see here. There was another, and then of course there was this.
Yeah, that's what I'm DJ. I'm in the same ballpark, man. I'm cutting my hair from now on myself or buzzing it. Why not? Why not save that extra $20?
You can't really do that.
No, you can't. But do you need hair? How often do you need a haircut though?
I don't need a haircut all that often because I take very good care of my hair. And like if I get a haircut, it's when you have curly hair, like if you cut too much, it'll become like really short, and I don't like short hair. So I barely ever get my hair cut. I get a trim once in a while, like when I have like a lot of dead ends or something.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's can't remember the last time I did that.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably wind up getting a haircut every 3 weeks. So
I think I gave myself a trim like a week after we met because you did that haircut, and I was like, I do need a trim. So like
But you gave yourself a trim.
Yeah, I just kind of like I trimmed like the little bit of like the dead ends I had. But yeah, so like, oh hey, Mr. Dallas. Hey, cousin.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Dallas? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this I saw this too, and I was like, what the fuck? New York tabloid launches ill-timed defense of Andrew Cuomo as scandals pile up and both parties demand resignation. So both parties want this guy out now. I mean, everybody's throwing this dude under the bus.
Walls are closing in.
Except for this one person who apparently decided to write a piece on Andrew Cuomo defending him. Once lauded as the pandemic hero, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is now bested by scandal and beset by scandal and being hounded by Democrats and Republicans alike to resign. What better time for a newspaper to step in and defend the indefensible? The past few weeks have been rough for Andrew Cuomo. He's been accused of sexual misconduct by 5 different women now. And the FBI and New York prosecutors are investigating his March 2020 order, which sent COVID-19 patients into nursing homes. Cuomo was accused of then attempting to hide the true scale of nursing home deaths, which came to more than 15,000 people. Amid the twin scandals, Cuomo has been stripped of his emergency powers and thrown under the bus by previously supportive media outlets, and may soon be impeached by Republican lawmakers if he refused to heed the calls from his own party to resign. Enter the New York Daily News in a terribly received article published on Monday. Writer Linda Stazzi argued that New Yorkers shouldn't let scandals distract from the pandemic competence. For stats say that scandals in question are unproven allegations of sexual harassment and not the deaths of thousands of elderly nursing home residents, which aren't mentioned once in the article. And so anyways, this person just goes on to make excuses for this dude. And people are having none of that shit. Calling her out.
You're on the wrong side of history. Yeah, I mean, did you hear what he said to her?
To who?
This girl?
No.
Well, I mean, there's 3 different girls.
5 different girls, apparently.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I thought it was incredibly unprofessional, especially to bring up anything on the clock, per se. You know, I think there is some room to, you know, I suppose if you're going out for a drink afterwards, but to inquire into someone's sexual life that's weird, you know.
I didn't hear that one. I saw the one that you posted on your channel.
Yeah,
I saw that interview. Are you talking about that?
Well, that was one of them. Where he was asking. You know, again, inquiring into her. I think a couple of these girls he was doing that, and that's just weird.
So gross.
That's weird across the board. You know, like I think it's enough. You know, if you know somebody's dating somebody else, well, that's that. Like, you know, if you're, you know, plus I don't know. It's just when you're that old.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying like I think an older guy. Look, you know. People could do whatever they want. Nicolas Cage can marry a 25-year-old girl if he wants, you know? I mean, you know, hey, if whatever makes people happy, of course, if they're, you know, beyond, like, if they're old enough for crying out loud, you know, I'd say, yeah, if you're 25 years old or, you know, in these cases, I think these girls were like 20, you know, the one was 25. You know,
I think that's what she said too. She was like, his only rule was that you had to be over age. I mean,
22.
Like,
yeah, I think it was like 22
like
or something. You know,
at least he had some standards. He wasn't into kids like that. I guess that's good.
Yeah, yay. But I mean,
he wasn't a pedophile.
But this case here, the thing about this, like, I guess I don't have. You know, had he met a younger girl or something on, you know, a dating app or whatever, it's like, whatever, man, good for you. But especially on the clock in this type of a professional atmosphere, to start asking and going into this stuff, like, again, to even inquire into anybody's sexual life, you know, even after the clock, if you're getting a drink or whatever, is just. It's inappropriate. It's certainly not good. Is that going to be anything that's going to cause women to like want to get in a relationship with you anyways? I don't know. I think
so gross.
It would feel like major creeper vibes. I would assume.
Creep. That is such a creepy thing. Mary says, "Oh yeah, did y'all hear that some asshat on Twitter tried claiming that when they were a trans teen, Crowder tried to propose adult activities with them?" No, I haven't heard. Oh my God. That is weird.
Never. Yeah, I didn't hear about that. I
haven't heard. Mind you, I haven't watched his show for the last couple of days, so I have to catch up on Crowder. But yeah, I mean,
you would think after all the shit that's come down that this guy would be like way more cautious, you know. It's like, I don't know. Who do these people think they are?
They can't be cautious, John, because they're kind of like, they think they're like not immortal, but like untouchable. They're like, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Like, they're kind of like no one can do anything. They just feel kind of omnipotent. Like they feel this like omnipotence, and they feel like they're like they can lord over everybody, and like there's not like nothing's ever gonna happen to them. And usually nothing does happen to a lot of these people. I mean, there's a lot of people that like go on, you know, doing creepy shit for a long time. I'm kind of surprised. I'm not even going to be honest. Like, I'm going to be honest. I'm not even like, I'm kind of surprised that this shit is coming out about Andrew Cuomo, because a couple months ago they were saying he's like the freaking golden boy, giving him any Emmys and shit of like, you know, COVID care and crap like that. And then all of a sudden, they're throwing him under the bus. Now, I don't know how much of this has to do with Trump, but like, I mean, he's out. Like he's basically out. Like he's been.
It's almost like, Cuomo, you served your purpose for the
Yeah.
time. It's like the funny thing is, like, the reason they lauded him as much as they did. Yeah, that's the word. The reason they put him out there as much as they did, it wasn't because he's such a great, you know, to me, it's like, it was just like, we hate Trump so much that we need a counter to that. And Andrew Cuomo, like, he's going to be our golden boy. But it's not like out of purely, I think, like, Cuomo's doing a great job because he's had the nursing home fiasco and shit. It's like, again, they just want like this counter narrative to Trump, and now it's all cut. Now it's all fallen away. And had this stuff happen, before the election, it could make for a much more interesting scenario, perhaps. But I mean, I don't know. I just think. Like you said, these people, you got a guy like Henry Cavill, who he's talking about the Me Too stuff, and he's expressed his concern about making moves with women because is it going to be interpreted?
He doesn't want to get it Me Too'd.
Yeah, and it's understandable because you've seen guys' lives get destroyed over the word of a woman, not even evidence, but the word of a woman. Okay. It's like, if a guy like Henry Cavill, a good looking guy that women actually are, extremely attracted to and want to be with, like, who the fuck do you think you are, Cuomo?
Yeah, no
like
shit.
Henry Cavill is cautious about crossing that line. And he's like, I'm not, to me, it's like and rightfully so in this culture. It's like, and he probably, in a lot of cases, he'd probably be perfectly fine, but he don't know, and it sounds like he's had women kind of like, why didn't you make the move? And it's like, well, I don't know if you're going to fucking say that I raped you the next day or whatever.
Yeah, and you know what though? Like and that's the thing. Like, most people have, like, they all talk about it now as like having like consent forms and shit like that, because like that's like the new thing, because they're like,
please sign this.
Yeah, please sign this.
Really
before we
romantic, it's like
isn't that so romantic, John? Like, like all of a sudden, like, now you have to have a condom and a fucking consent form. Like, you just pull those
in the heat of the moment. You're like, could you
please
sign this? And she's like, oh yeah, sure. And then like shit, it's like, how do you get back in? How do you get back to where you were?
Yeah, like that totally kills the mood, man. Like, that is so. Didn't Curb do? Yeah, I think Curb did that.
Larry David. Yeah.
He's so smart. I love Curb. Yeah, again, I don't know what's going on with the chat or the Google mods. I'm sorry if people are getting censored. Sideway Optimus, hello, says, I'm extremely attracted to Henry Cavill, but don't tell anyone. You just told everyone, hon. And also, so am I, because he's extremely hot. I'm sure John is a little bit attracted to Henry Cavill.
I'm not attracted to him, but I could certainly, like, I could see why women are attracted to him. Sure. I know he's not an ugly guy. He's he's a good looking guy.
He's far from ugly.
Yeah,
it's definitely
That's about as much as no, he's a good looking guy for sure. I mean, the thing with Andrew Cuomo, you're not in your prime anymore. You got to understand, like, these young girls, like, it's just not the same. Like, they're going. It's not how it used to be. They're not into old guys. maybe some woman in perhaps her 30s or something, it might be a little bit different, but man, these young 20-year-old girls, they're not going to want to go out with some old wrinkly guy. Like, they're just not, they're not going to want to sleep with you.
Well, some girls go out with old wrinkly guys for money.
Well, again, it's the money though, you know, and in this case, it's like, but there's not really, I mean, if you had to pick, like, it's like, you're going to find some younger dude with money. Like, it's just, it doesn't make sense for these girls. I mean, Andrew Cuomo needs a reality check.
Mm-hmm.
You're not in your prime, bro. You even, I don't care if you're the most powerful guy in New York. It doesn't mean
gross.
It doesn't matter,
No one should do this. It doesn't even matter who you are. Nobody should be fucking harassing people at work. Okay, that's gross.
Oh no, I mean, that goes without saying. But I'm just saying, like, look, I mean, it'd be one thing if some of these women were actually leading on that they actually, are like you and kind of giving you some signs. But, if you're having to ask them questions about their sexual life, you're already, it's like no, it's not happening, bro. Like, it's just not.
James says, don't know, John, I'm 49 and can pull him young. Okay. And also, I think Mary said something similar. 26-year-old just married a 57-year-old Cage, John. It happens.
Well, he's got money.
Money there.
He's got money.
He's got money.
But sometimes the money isn't enough, though. Not everybody, like, money isn't the factor for everybody.
Hang on a minute. I saw a comment from Zero. Zero1 says, I'm sorry. I agree with you guys on the coronavirus restrictions being arbitrary, but to sit here and tell people that all vaccines are bad is nothing short of disingenuous. I'm just saying. I never said all vaccines were bad.
No, I think I mentioned the Johnson & Johnson one. I think at this point, I don't like. One could say that it is maybe perhaps a little bit early to even tell, because we haven't had enough time to really, I don't know, see how effective they are. Is there any side effects, long-term side effects? It's probably more than likely these vaccines are. I mean,
he's saying that he wasn't referring to us about people in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that they're probably. It seems like you're not going to die, and more than likely you're not going to have long-term effects. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
no, I'm with you. I've always said I trust my own immune system. I'm not gonna introduce a foreign agent into my system to, try and battle another foreign agent. It's just not happening. But that's just my choice. You guys can get vaccinated. Go ahead and do it. It's all
your body, your choice.
You do you. Yeah, your body, your choice. You put whatever you want in there. That's what she said. Shit.
No, I need 2 men on this. That's what she said. No time. But she did. No time. Guys, get on this.
It is. That's what the rumor is. It's weird because I was having a discussion with someone about it like the other day, and they were saying, like, a lot of people they know is vaccinated and stuff. And I like the thing, and then they're saying, like, well, no one's died that they know, and everyone's been vaccinated. And I'm like, well, I never thought that it was one of those things where people are just going to drop dead like flies after getting vaccinated. It's not one of those things where, like that just, you're just going to die. Like, it's not like that. It's more like to me, it's more like the long-term effect of developing autoimmune deficiencies, or like immune deficiencies, where something happens to you later on, like you catch influenza or something like that, where you've killed your immune system, and then you won't be able to recover from that cold. Like there's those kind of things that happens with new vaccines that haven't been tested enough. And
I mean, this thing was rolled out pretty quick too.
Yeah, and there's also theories about it like making people completely sterile. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but these are the things that are long-term studies. And if you're doing this like really quickly in a population, I would think that like you're basically using the people as the long-term study. So like maybe in, 20, 30 years from now, you're going to have a lot of sterile people. I don't know. I have no idea. These are the things that you'll find out in 20, 30 years. And it's not like I even want kids. I'm still not going to take the chance with this, but that's just my personal choice. I'm like that lady. What was her name? The one that
that one lady.
The one that you made the video about. I'm not getting it.
Oh yeah, Wendy Williams. Yeah,
Wendy Williams. Yeah,
I'm not taking the vaccine, Dr. Oz. I'm not.
That's hero. Me. I'm just like, I'm not doing that. I'm not putting a vaccine in my body because I trust my immune system, and I don't need one because I'm not in the percentage of people that is gonna die.
Right.
And I'm not allowed.
Odds are you'll live. But a lot of people would say, but you could wind up in the hospital and die. And it's like,
I'll take my chance.
I mean, that's where I'm at. More than likely though, you'll be fine. You might be, you might be out for a while. I think at this point though, I wouldn't say out for a while, but you might be in bed or whatever. It's I've heard it's not necessarily like a picnic, but you're not going to die. But I think at this point, though, the virus might be so, in terms of like, what is it? Mass immunity or, I think we might be at the point, too, where the virus is now weaker. We have more antibodies.
Well, they're saying now they're bringing in the new variants thing, right? And then they're saying there's new variant. They're calling it like the new British variant and like the new Brazilian variant, and then their new, there's like all these different variants. Yeah, that's how you survive, but you can still be asymptomatic.
Get the shot.
But you know what? Borg Porg here says there's tons of homeless people around where I live. They don't seem to be dropping like flies from COVID-19. And that's one of the things that like was kind of like a sign to me when this whole thing started. I was like, oh, like, people in tent city, like in LA and stuff, they're going to start dropping like flies. Like this is going to be like the next level kind of, plague kind of thing that you're going to see because these people have no hygiene. They live in the streets.
And they're thriving.
They're fine.
Why? They actually got that microbiome, right? It's like they're not killing off the bacteria and the germs that are, necessary for life.
I mean, it's kind of crazy because they're not dropping dead like flies, and there's been more hospitalizations. But that's the other thing too. Like I was watching this this interview with not interview, but a video of Eric July, and he was talking about how the term hospitalization, which is something they're focusing on now, is really like it depends on the context because you could be hospitalized for anything. Like you could show up there for 5 minutes and they could list you as a hospitalization for COVID, but you could just be there to get tested. But now they keep saying like hospitalization is on the rise, hospitalization. And it really depends on what type of hospitalization it is. So it's just like, there's all these things. They fight with medical terms and try and confuse you. And it's just all fear-based. And it's highly annoying.
Yeah, when the CDC, this didn't get too much press, but when they released how many people actually died from COVID-19 alone, not from other things that people usually are normally dying from, which could have been a mixture of like, again, just a number of these other things. I believe it was only, was it 4 or 6% of people were just dying solely from COVID that they could tell?
I think so. I don't remember. I think it was 6%, but I'm not really.
Yeah, I think it was like 94 or 96% of people that were dying. They had other health issues, and so COVID was just something that they wasn't necessarily the nail in the coffin that did it. Might have been, not have been. But for a lot of people, it seems like if you're healthy, you don't have that many health issues or underlying health conditions, you're probably going to survive. If you get it.
And Christy, thank you for another pooper sticker. Thanks, girl.
Thanks, Christy.
It's like it's been a while since we've seen a pooper sticker. People see that now.
She started something.
It's like her trademark. Like I don't even have to check usually, and then there's like I'm just like, oh, it's probably a pooper sticker. Yep. Yeah, well beloved Soyance. Yeah. On that note, we've been talking for a while, and I'm sure you're tired, and I could use some resting as well. So I think I'm going to call it a night. Before I do, thank you everybody for joining us tonight and talking to us this long and hanging out with us.
Here, I'll put the Star Trek super fans video in the chat if you guys haven't seen this.
Wait, can we watch that, or is that
we can watch it?
Yeah,
no, it's only like 3 minutes.
Yeah, let's watch it.
All right. So, I love this. I think I'm definitely a bigger fan of the original series, but I'm still giving the Next Generation.
Hey, Noah.
I have literally rebuilt the entire soundstage the way William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy and all the actors and production people would have seen it 50 years ago. I built the Enterprise.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
My name is James Cawley, and I'm from Ticonderoga, New York, and I am obsessed with Star Trek. I don't know anybody else that has really gone to this level of creativity or obsessiveness, I guess. Well, we started out building just this room. This is called the bridge. And then, of course, you need a transporter room, then you need some corridor. We have the briefing room. We have the engineering set, 13,000 square feet of Star Trek. In many ways, this set is superior to what they shot on 50 years ago because we have real computers displaying animations and graphics, something that was science fiction when the original show was conceived. When I was a kid, Star Trek in the 70s, it was on, 2 and 3 times a day. I grew up watching the show and playing, Star Trek and running around the neighborhood. As I got older, I wanted to be, an actor. I really wanted to then experience what it would have been like to make an episode of Star Trek. When I was 18, I reached out to the costume designer of Star Trek, the original series. I just picked up the phone and I called Paramount Pictures, and they put the call through. So he started sharing things with me, fabrics and colors and all these things. And in there was a set of blueprints from the original show. Well, that was like giving a 16-year-old kid keys to a new car. I started building this whole set in 1996. And in 2003, we made a movie. It was called Star Trek New Voyages, and the episode was Come What May. It went on the internet, and it caught a lot of attention. And then people started emailing us and asking us to do more. I was playing Captain Kirk. I'm an Elvis impersonator. It's my job. People were like, well, why does he have Elvis hair? And you'd have to explain, well, look, that's my day job. Elvis is paying for me to play.
Oh, wow.
Fans flying from as far away as Australia, Germany, the UK, to come and work as lighting guys, grips. It didn't matter if they were Oscar winners or janitors or shopkeepers. They just wanted to come and be part of it. We started to get writers from the original series contacting us, wanting to help. Some of the actors from the original series came to participate.
Mr. Sulu,
I think
check off.
That I experienced was Nichelle
Aurora,
who played Lieutenant Uhura. She couldn't believe it. She sat down at her station and she said, I'm home. I'm home. I wanted to come here and share in the joy of it. So this is now the Star Trek original series set tour, and it's become sort of the mecca of the original series. Everybody asks me, how much money have I spent over the years? And I kept track for a short amount of time. And then you get to that point where you're like, if I really keep track, I'm going to make myself sick and I'm not going to enjoy my hobby anymore. I was playing Star Trek with my neighborhood buddies when I was a little kid, and I guess I still am. I just have better toys.
Pretty cool, huh?
Oh my God, that was amazing. I love this.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking epic.
I love this guy on so many levels because I love Star Trek so much, and I also love Elvis. So he's like,
best
he's like
of both
the
worlds.
embodiment of like everything I love in like one person. I want to be his friend.
You're like, for the Elvis impersonation and access to his Star Wars set. Could you imagine like just being able to
You said Star Wars.
Oh my, I'm so forgive me. That's like blasphemy. You know what's crazy is like now to me, like Star Trek, as much as I like Star Wars, just because it's been so shitty as of late, you know, now I'm like digging Star Trek. So
I'm so happy that you're watching TNG, because now you're gonna get into like so much good stuff, and then later I'm gonna now that like, well, I'm not gonna make you, but I'm gonna like, you know, get you to watch DS9, because like DS9 is like one of my favorite stories, and it has like an overarching story thing, and it flows into like TNG, because like, you know, the seasons kind of go together like later on, because it was on at the same time, and then TNG was ending, and it like was flowing over into DS9. So you'll like it. I think you'll enjoy it.
Cool.
Beam me up, Priscilla. How's Priscilla?
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. But it would just be it'd be really cool to be able to, you know, have access to a Star Wars set or Star Trek set. Gosh.
Oh my God.
Star Wars, you know, would be fun too, but that's pretty freaking epic.
I went to when I was in because in Las Vegas they used to have Elvis's wife, Priscilla Presley.
All right, it's fine. Okay, got it.
Now I get it. I was like, who the fuck is okay? But when I went to Vegas like a few years ago, they had the Star Trek experience. And I went to that, and that like I loved this Star Trek experience, because they had like the whole set and everything like that. And then you haven't gotten to the Borg, but when you do, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I used to like I hated the Borg, and I used to be really scared of them. And on the Star Trek experience thing, like you get chased by the Borg, and I literally was like screaming and running away, because it was like my fucking nightmare. And they did this really cool thing, because when you like go into the elevator, they like literally like they do this like trick thing, so you're like beamed up, and then like it feels like you did get beamed to the ship and everything like that, and it's like it was so cool. And then you go into like Quark's bar, and they had like the whole bar from DS9 and everything, and there's like Frankies and stuff like hanging out in there. It's so sad that it's not there anymore. They should have kept that the Star Trek experience in Las Vegas. It was really cool.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, you'll know what I'm talking about like later when you watch these things, and then as I say this story to you again, it'll have a different meaning for you. You'll be like, oh, that's so amazing.
Keely Chow's recommending the X-Files.
You know, I don't think I've watched all of the X-Files. Like I think I've watched a lot of it, but I don't think I've ever like watched the whole thing.
Good night, Christy.
From beginning to the end. What is that?
I haven't either. I've seen some episodes, and some of them are pretty good.
Oh my, fuck you, Christy. I looked in the chat at what you put in there. It was The Fly.
What? Oh, The Fly. That's funny.
Yeah, I would like to. I don't know if I want to watch the X-Files from beginning to the end. There was some episodes that were really fucking annoying with X-Files. But some of them were really, really good. Sideway Optimist says TNG was my favorite show in the 90s. Don't know if I could ever get back into it now, though. Same with the X-Files. Loved it in the 90s. I could watch TNG right now, and I'll be like right there. I love TNG. I don't know if I could get into the X-Files now either. I heard there was a remake. Like I don't know if it's any good or anything, but I think
they did an X-Files movie too.
Yeah, but like there's like a new X-Files. Like they remade it, or not remake, but like
was it with David Duchovny or whatever that guy?
Yeah, David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson were both in it.
I know they re-released. They had like 6 episodes or something. This was a little while ago too. I saw one of them.
3 movies.
Yeah. It's a, you know, the episodes I've seen are pretty good. I think when I was a kid, though, it was just like, you know, you're a kid. You just want more flash, more, you know, you just want more. Like X-Files is a drama, and you know, mixed with sci-fi, and I think as a kid, it's like, well, if it's about aliens, I want more aliens, you know, and like, you know, but it's like, no, it's you know, it really is good writing. Like Chris Carter was amazing for that show, but I was just too young to appreciate it when it was originally out. So
me too.
I don't know.
And there was episodes that I really, really enjoyed because it was more about aliens and stuff like that. And then there was episodes that wasn't so much, and it was about like just like weird shit. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like,
I'm down with weird shit though too. Like,
yeah, but I don't remember. There was just some episodes that weren't as good. And then there was like, I remember there was like some episodes kind of like they were like filler, like they weren't like part of the main story. And you're like, no, get to the main story. Like it was just more like, you know, at some point you were just kind of like, like I don't want any more of these filler episodes. Like what happened to Scully? Because like remember when they like, you know, they took her away, and then like you're like, where is she? And like Mulder's looking for her, and then it was just like, and then they did like all these filler episodes, and you're like, I don't care about this. Like show me where Scully
went. This shit up, man. I didn't know what happened.
Let's go. Yeah. But that was it. But yeah, it's getting late. So we will call it a night. Oh,
you got a super chat.
I got a super chat. Thank you. Thank you, James.
Thank you, man.
He's giving me a peace sign, peace, earth, thumbs up, banana. I don't know what the banana is for.
Is that a moon or a banana? Either way.
Or a banana. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Good night. Good night. Good night, love.
Good night. Good night, everyone. Appreciate it.
Yeah, good night, everybody. So good night, James. Good night, Stunt Brat, E. Clay, Caro, DJ, Christy, everybody, Zero Rewind, RMR, E. Clay, I think I said your name. Mark, I thank you for being here. Keely, Kiaru, everybody, thank you. Mary, everybody, thank you so much. XCOM. I will see you guys all next time. John, do you have anything going on? Do you want to plug anything?
Nothing really. Nothing. No, not that I could think of. I'll probably go live at some point. You know, some point. I was thinking about doing it tonight, but there's no way. I'm just like, I'm gonna get some sleep. But
tonight, you were here tonight. What are you talking about?
I was. I was here. Well, I was thinking about after if we wrapped it up, but
you're already at a party.
Talk. No, yes. It's true. It would have been the after party, but at this point, I'm like, no.
That would have been so funny if we like go live on your channel after this, and so,
yeah,
it's the after party.
Yeah, we're just chilling.
Yeah, that's funny.
But
okay.
No, well, you know, more videos to come as usual. I took a day off today, and yeah, it was nice. So
well, all of his channels are in the description. So subscribe to John, and I'm sure you guys all already are, but to his alternate channels as well. I'm sure he'll do content there soon.
I am gonna actually start putting content on those channels. So I plan on. I want to be a productivity monster. Like that's my goal. Well, I don't know about monster. Kind of has a negative connotation, but you guys know what I mean. You know, I want to be a productionist instead of a perfectionist, which I'm probably not even that good at that, but I want to be a productionist, and we'll talk about that in John Talks Life. So there you go.
See, Zero says, I like your life videos.
I appreciate it. Yeah. I've only got 2. So I got to step up my game, but I really appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Give us more. So there you go.
All right.
But yeah, so thank you everybody for joining us for Infinite Talk. And next Wednesday, will be on John's channel again. So we'll be talking a lot more politics, I'm sure.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we might not have an agenda. Maybe we might just talk like 2 hours. You know, at this point, I just want to have fun.
I love that.
Where I'm at it. Yeah. Might start introducing some alcohol into this.
Okay, let's do this, John.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to drink with
Once
you
the
again.
weather got nice out, it's like, oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
I could just use a beer or.
Well, you know what? We're doing that. We're kind of doing a little party for our friend anniversary. So I'm definitely going to bring wine or something for our friend anniversary because I think we should do.
I think we should do an anniversary for Infinite Talk. When was our first?
I don't know.
I guess we'll have to.
You'll have to look that up because that's all you.
Yeah.
I have no idea. But yes, we should do that too. We should just party all the time.
Yeah, that's a great way to live. Like, let's just forget responsibilities and just party all the time. I'm sure that will wind up to a really great place.
Well, it's just like you and I though. Like we talk about just like random stuff all the time, and we barely ever party anymore. I feel like a partying thing is in order, like a celebration where we're just kicking it,
Yeah, just kicking it with the chat and just chilling.
Yeah, and just like hanging out and like always link out to people.
I think I'd like to do like party streams or something too on the weekends where it's just like we just have a big group of people and there's alcohol involved.
Yes.
Just see what happens.
I'm so down.
How's that sound for a live stream? You got like 7 or 8 people and just everybody's drinking. And we just, I don't know. We talk about current events and whatever else happens. It sounds like it could be a recipe for disaster, but
it sounds like it sounds going to be like a fucking shit-fired shitstorm, but it'll be fun, especially if Christy's there with Fireball. It'll be great.
That's true. We can,
right. Well, everybody, have a great night. Whatever you're gonna do next, take care. Have a good night, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
See you, everyone.